sure to ask about our personalization options. Join us on the Backroad Tour in Spencer. 63 County Store is located next to Country Cafe, Main Street, Spencer, Nebraska. Open.
This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. NCN Sports is presented by Teammates. Join the team, be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
It's the longest college football rivalry in the state of Nebraska on opening week of the college football season. We welcome you to Crete, Nebraska at Al Papik Field for the 124th installment of Doane University versus Hastings College football. On this drizzly evening, I'm Ryan Valenta, Chase Wilkinson. So excited that you could join us and stay with us on this Saturday evening for our first episode of college football on a Saturday night on NCN. Well, we've got a good one here, a rivalry just like we mentioned that's been going on for over a decade. The storied history between these two squads as Doane will look to win its third straight contest against Hastings, and both teams with lots of new pieces and games or seasons rather that didn't have the best last year. Doane just 3 wins, Chase, and Hastings College just 2, but lots of new things to be excited about for this game. Tons to talk about. Where do we start?
I mean, absolutely. Both these teams finished on the bottom half of the GPAC last year, but like you said, they got a bunch of new puzzle pieces, a lot of new parts, new players coming in. See how they're going to do today in these wet conditions. It's going to be fun.
Jonathan Johnson back for year 2 with the Doane University football program, and did get the Tigers one more win than they did in 2023, which is what he's been saying. Just want to get a little bit better than we did the week before. Now, Hastings College features Matt Franzen for the 5th year, but brand new quarterback, which is a local name to the Hastings crowd. We'll tell you more about that in our pregame show. And they brought in a lot of transfers too. So a Hastings College team that got absolutely crushed by Doane last year, 40-3 during Hastings College's homecoming week. The Tigers will look to continue that streak here, but offensively, wasn't very good, Chase, last year for each team. Neither team averaged more than 20 points per game. Both teams averaged more than 30 points per game given up as well. But for Doane, we know they've got some key defensive players back. Reese Zudevern, Jarrett Boggs, lots of good guys to keep it going back. And I think Doane's defense, if they can keep doing what they did last year in those 3 wins, then they've got a great shot at winning today.
Yeah, absolutely. That defense is kind of like a calling card for them. They're the ones that always bring it, and they keep them in the game. I think this offense needs to do a good job today of getting that running game started. It's wet conditions, wet field. You're going to see a lot of running the ball for both sides of the team, for both teams today. But it's going to be good. It'll be a lot of fun.
The weather will be a factor. As we mentioned, it's been raining pretty much all around southeast and central Nebraska today. Coming from Hastings, it was pouring all day. Here in Crete, it's been, well, more of a drizzle. There has been some steady rain. Right now, as you can see, no cover above us because it is just barely sprinkling, if anything, but it's been a steady drizzle here. The turf field here at Al Papik Field can cause some problems. Guys still getting used to playing on turf as well, that maybe they haven't before. Can slip it a little bit. Run will be the main factor for both teams today. Maybe throwing the ball through the air. Might catch some teams off by surprise, too. We'll look to see that as well. But for Hastings College, they will go through the air. We'll tell you about him now. Jarrett Sinek, a guy who is our key player today and a Hastings native. He was the star quarterback at Hastings College or Hastings High School for 4 years before he went Division I. You might remember him spending 2021 and 22 with the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Redshirted in 21 and then did play in one game versus Michigan in 2022 for the Nebraska Cornhuskers before he spent his last 2 years redshirting and playing in 6 games at South Dakota. But Jarrett Sinek coming home, he's got a great arm. Coach Matt Franzen couldn't say enough good things about him, of his leadership capacity, the fact that he can say, guys, get behind me, we can drive, we've got this. Him and a transfer running back, Dalton Armbruster, they're set to lead the offense this season. But for offense, it might struggle here today with the wet conditions. But offensively, we know what Doane does, we know what Hastings does. Chase, besides running the football, just what specifically do you expect to see from both both teams. How much are they going to have to change their game plan with these wet conditions?
I mean, definitely. They're going to probably be more 75-25 run today now just because of the wet field conditions, wet turf. I think turnover is going to be a big thing. You got to hold on to the football if you're both teams. But I think, definitely going to be running the ball more today. And, they have to take care of the ball.
And rivalry, too. We mentioned this is over 100 years in the making, this rivalry, too. Head coach Matt Franzen for Hastings College. He was the head coach for Doane for a whole decade and their athletic director as well. Matt Franzen, he played right on this very field back in his college playing days. And I asked him earlier this week, is this a game you look forward to every year? And he says, well, not so much, because it's just it's such a fun rivalry. And he said it jokingly, because the deep history that he has with Doane too, and the fact that they have to play it here too. Hastings College got crushed on their home field last year, but Jonathan Johnson, a guy who has a lot of energy for Doane, he's a guy that will make sure that these players have a lot of energy as well. Doane University versus Hastings College. It's going to be a fun one. And kickoff, we've got about 7 minutes left here. So we'll finish up our pregame show here, and then we'll get you back up in the booth to introduce our starting lineups and our school spotlights as well, which are presented to you by Medica. Ryan Valenta, Chase Wilkinson. We'll see you in just a few moments, and we'll get this thing kicked off here in Crete.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports.
He's there with me in the moment.
It is one of the best things I do every week.
Anyone can be a mentor. It comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, I'm pretty cool.
I'm glad I have a mentor.
People actually care about me.
What you're going to receive is way more than you're going to give.
Once you get involved in teammates, you're kind of hooked.
It's the absolute best.
It gives me goosebumps right now talking about it.
That says it all. Be a mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
It's Schaefer's Labor Day Savings Event. Take advantage of store-wide savings, interest-free financing, and special Labor Day cashback rebates. Don't turn up the TV, turn down the dishwasher with a new Quiet KitchenAid. Super cleaning performance and features make KitchenAid stand out. And at Schaefer's, save $400 on this 3-rack stainless dishwasher and get free local installation. Hurry in for the Labor Day Savings Event going on now at Schaefer's, 48th and R. Lincoln.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Welcome back. It is college football on News Channel Nebraska here at Crete at Al Papik Field. The longest-standing state rivalry of all time, Hastings College versus Doane, finds itself in Crete today as we go through our school spotlights, which are brought to you by Medica. First for Doane, they are the Tigers, and they've been around for quite a while, since the 1860s. In the GPAC, the Great Plains Athletic Conference, enrollment of just over 1,000, and in Crete, just about 30 minutes southwest of Lincoln. For Hastings College, they are in Hastings, just about an hour and 20 minutes to the west on Highway 6 here, getting into Crete. Also in the GPAC, a little bit smaller enrollment of 936. And in Hastings, home of Hastings College, Central Community College, and other programs there as well. The Class B Hastings High Tigers and the Class B Crete Cardinals, some of the big high schools in each city. Those spotlights are presented to you by Medica, and now we'll also introduce our starting lineups, which are also presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. For Doane University, here's their starting lineups on the screen, and a couple of highlight players on there, specifically those top four guys on the top left. Sam Hartman, the true sophomore quarterback, back for year number 2. Rian Green will get the full start this year as well. John DeRiso and Andrew Wado are the receivers as well that they will have to be looking out for. Keegan Schuler, another defensive end guy. Tanner Simdorm, Reese Zudevern. Those guys, they're going to be key players on defense as well. For Hastings College, their offense and defense now on the screen, led by Jarrett Sinek, the redshirt junior transfer quarterback from Hastings High. Spent time with Nebraska and South Dakota. Their transfer running back, Dalton Armbruster. They've got a experienced wide receiver core. The defense, however, will look a little bit different. Sam All down at the bottom right, one of the main returning safety guys, but some local guys on there as well. We'll tell you about those as the lineups come up, or as the players come up in this ball game. We are getting set to kick it off here at Doane University, and the rain has stopped for the moment. And I don't know about you, just glad that it's not blistering hot here today. It could be a whole lot worse if it was 90 degrees, probably what it should be, but not bad at all here in Crete. The official temperature right now here in the 70-degree range. It's right at 70, and expected to get down to about 65 here this evening. So as we are set to go, both teams on the field. Doane in their black uniforms with orange and white accents. Hastings College goes with their white uniforms and the maroon helmets and pants. The longest-standing college rivalry of all time, with some new faces on each side, set to get started now. Hastings will kick it off to the left end zone. And back deep to receive it for Doane is Andrew Brown and John DeRiso. Kicking it away for Hastings College today, it'll be the freshman Colton Wilmot. He's from Arlington High School, so a Nebraska guy. Tigers and Broncos in Crete. 60 minutes of college football headed your way on News Channel Nebraska. Wilmot set to kick it away from the 35. And it will bounce at the 10. Oh, did they touch that? Did John DeRiso touch that? Well, it doesn't matter. It's out of the end zone for a touchback there. And already probably a little bit of how the field conditions are going to go today. That ball probably took a bounce that DeRiso wasn't expecting for it. Doane will take over on its 20-yard line.
I think one of the biggest challenges for Doane's offense right now is just start out strong. You want to move the ball up and down the field, get a couple first downs, get to midfield, maybe start passing the ball around if it's dry enough, but they need to just start out slow and move the ball.
So Doane, under the direction of head coach Jonathan Johnson, they've got around 60 new players of this program, not the guys in the backfield right now. Rian Green gets the carry on first down, but he is smothered in the backfield. That's Wyatt Ryan, the senior from Overton for Hastings College, bringing him down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a good play there by Wyatt Ryan. I mean, he was just right place, right time. Rian Green gets the ball off to his right, didn't really have any lane to choose from, and he kind of got stopped before he could get started.
Yeah, no hole whatsoever provided by the offensive line there. Doane's offensive line, very young as well. Want to highlight a little bit on that. They've got 3 true freshmen on the starting lineup this year for Jonathan Johnson. He gave his offensive line coach a lot of credit, though, who's Nick Lucky, said does a great job of going out and recruiting those guys. Play action on second down. Hartman taking a shot down the center of the field. And what a catch at the 40. That is held onto by Andrew Wadeau. He got tangled up with the defensive back there, but still makes the catch. Doane is in Hastings territory on the big play.
What a beautiful play here. Hartman had all day to throw. Great job by that young offensive lineman. Gets a good throw out there, and Wadeau makes a diving play for what a heck of a play to start this game.
And the Tigers get up quickly to the line, all the way down to the 40. Gain of about 30 on the reception. That first down run play goes nowhere. The Broncos fall all over Rian Green. They will say that he only lost a yard. It'll bring up second and long. But how to start the season right there. Take a shot downfield. Show that you are in business early. It's exactly what Doane did. That official last play goes for 37 yards by Wadeau. Green loses the yard, so it's 2nd and 11. 2 men in the backfield. 4 Hartman in the shotgun. Broncos will only bring 3 to rush. Hartman will chuck it right over the middle. It is caught on a knee by Green, the running back, but he was down right when he caught it. So he's called down at the 35, a gain of about 6 to bring up 3rd and a medium.
That's exactly what you need to do there on 2nd and long. Get something right in the middle, get about 5-6 yards a pop. He's going to find Rian Green right there, right in this little curl route by the running back there. Now this 3rd down is a little bit more manageable. And I tell you what, Hartman looks really cool, calm, and collected in the backfield right now.
He has not had to face a whole lot of pressure from the Hastings defensive line as of yet. Hastings defensive line, a team that returns a few starters and gets some new guys in there. Quarterback keeper by Hartman dancing around the defensive line, but he will be stopped short. Designed quarterback run to the left side of the formation. And decision time here early. They will give him 1 yard to make it 4th and 4. And look at this, Doane sprints right back to the line. Hartman calls out a hard count, and perhaps Tigers are just trying to force an offside for Hastings here. Still 20 seconds to go on the play clock, and they will snap it. 4th and 4, running back dump off to Green. Open field tackle made. The senior Gio Mendoza gives Hastings the football as Doane turns it over on downs.
That was a textbook tackle. Way to come up and approach Rian Green right there. Puts his head down. Great form. Almost flipped him upside down there. That's a good 4th down stop for that Hastings defense.
Even if Mendoza doesn't get him, Dawson Kissinger was right there ready to deliver the hit afterwards. So I like the aggressiveness for Doane. Always fun to see a little bit of a gamble early on, but unfortunately it does not pay out in their favor this time. So Hastings will get the football with 11:27 to go in the first quarter. Referee blowing the whistle. He's looking at something in the end zone. And we are ready to play now. Now we get to see Jarrett Sinek, the redshirt junior, for the first time in a Hastings College uniform. We'll hand it off right to the new running back who gets up the right side. Near the first down marker, there he is, Dalton Armbruster. The junior transfer from the College of Sequoias. He was the leading rusher for that squad in 2024. 100 carries for 422 yards and 7 scores in 9 games. Expect to see him get a lot of carries today.
Yeah, he's the definition of a good running back, and he just runs low with his shoulder pads, and he runs hard.
And they're going to go with an empty set here. Armbruster will line up on the near side of your screen. Sinek facing pressure over the middle. That is complete past the first down marker. Making the catch is the senior Eli Nappy, the redshirt out of Warrensburg, Missouri. Was the team's leading receiver last year with 37 grabs and 2 scores, and that's good enough for a first down.
A big frame there at wide receiver, 6'2", 205. I think they're going to try to find him a lot today.
Fresh set of downs for Hastings College. No score in the first quarter. Handoff to Armbruster up the middle, bouncing off guys, and finally the black jerseys will throw him to the ground. Forward progress stopped after 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a great play there by the Doane's linebacker. Zudevern, number 3, getting in there early, filled the right gap, and really stopped that run early.
So the Broncos going with both sides of the football to running and passing. 2nd and 8, 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Snap back to Sinek, fakes the handoff to Armbruster. Looking downfield, going for the home run ball all the way, overthrown, intercepted at the 5-yard line by Andrew Brown. He's got room to run to the far sideline. Blockers in front now. He's pushed out of bounds near the 45. Overthrew his intended receiver, Justice Hostetler. And Doane has the interception here.
That's exactly what Doane's defense needed here. That was perfect.
Taking a shot downfield and got tangled up there, and making the interception is Andrew Brown. Correction, the intended receiver was Damian Jenkins. And the Tigers force the interception. Their team had 10 picks last year, and they've got 1 already in the first 5 minutes.
Just left Doane's offense with great field position, too, after that interception in return.
So 1st and 10, fresh set of downs for Doane. And first off, a pre-snap penalty. It looks like somebody on the offensive line jumped early. They're going to get Doane's Derek Silva. I heard right, it was either 17 or 70. It's 1st and 15 now, all the way back to the 37-yard line. Hartman in at shotgun, got tight end to the left and a receiver to the right. Has time, pocket collapsing, Hartman scrambling. Launches down the sideline, in and out of the hands, almost intercepted. Right through the hands of Jason Olford. The redshirt junior likely had an interception there. Not quite.
That's what you can't have and you can't afford in these games is turnovers back to back. He rolls to his left. Looks like Hartman had a while to throw. Maybe just underthrew it a little bit, trying to find Wato. But now it makes 2nd and long.
Going for another big shot to Wato, but Hastings College fortunate enough just to break it up, and Doane fortunate enough to still have the football. 2 receivers near and a tight ends on each side. Puts one of those in motion, and they'll go with Green on the ground. Green around the sideline. Gets around it, sheds 1 tackle, brought down by the next. Initial hit was by Sam All for Hastings College, and Green with some positive yardage for the first time today. But just back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and long coming up.
Even though they just got back to their line of scrimmage to start, it's still a hard, tough run, and that's what you want out of Ryan Green and the running game for this Doane offense. 3rd and 10, 3rd and long. I wonder, probably going to go passing here. Maybe a action play right now.
I would guess something sort of a play action and hit somebody over the center of the field. That's what worked for Doane earlier. 3rd and 10, 9 minutes in the first quarter. They fake the jet sweep handoff. Hartman flushed, scrambling to the far sideline, throws over the middle. There it is, and a high hit, but the pass is completed. Doane wants a flag for a high hit. They're not going to get it. Andrew Wato pulls it down. The big hit delivered by Dawson Kissinger.
Yeah, big hit indeed. Hartman rolling to his left here. He's going to find Wato, middle of the field, like you just said. Ooh, that was a lick.
Yeah, that one was, I think Hastings College might have gotten away with a potential helmet-to-helmet hit there. Kissinger led with the helmet, and it looked like he cracked Wato pretty good. Fortunately, it looks like everyone's okay. 2 in the backfield now for Green. Doane driving with a 1st down. Pass midfield. Hartman taking a shot down the far sideline. The man in stride, bobbled, incomplete. Almost had it down at the 10-yard line. A pass intended for the senior John DeRizo. Last year's lead receiver was oh so close to setting up 1st and goal.
That's just your simple go route on the far side. Oh, in and out of the hands. And even though he dropped it, what a throw by Hartman down the field.
And keep in mind, Sam Hartman, just a sophomore. He got the start in almost every game as a true freshman last year. Shows that he knows football. 2nd and 10, 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Another pass play over the middle, caught to the running back Green. He's down just shy of the 40, and that'll bring up 3rd and short for Doane.
You know, even after these rainy conditions here at the Doane campus all day, you're finding more passing plays than running plays right now, which is kind of exactly the opposite of what I thought was going to happen.
Sam Hartman passing for just under 2,000 yards last year in 11 games. He's got plenty so far. Fake jet sweep handoff, and Hartman is roped down, combining for the tackle Chase Pulaski and Justice Hostetler. Right before that, he was able to break for the first down marker. So that'll bring up 4th and 4. We already see Doane go for it once and fail on a 4th and 4, almost from this exact spot, Chase.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like they want to give up quite yet. They are going to try their hand at another 4th and short.
I think you might as well. It's too far away to kick and close enough to punt.
Hartman does a hard count. Snap, nobody budges. Now the snap back and a pooch punt incoming by Hartman. That's headed towards the end zone and will bounce in it for a touchback. So only a net punt of 17 yards as Hastings College will get it at its 25-yard line. After being aggressive, Doane will ease up on this one and he'll give it back to Hastings with no score. But more encouraging signs for this Doane offense that only scored 14 points per game last season. That's a big plays down the field. Just got to work on stringing them together and capitalize.
I think they're moving really well down the field. You know, they're putting plays together. They're dinking and dunking all the way down. It's just that kind of when they get to the 40, 35-yard line, they can't cap off the drive. They can't get it closer for a field goal. Can't get it in the end zone. And, you know, it's the early season jitters, but I think they're going to get down there, and they're going to put one in here soon.
All right, Chase, as for the non-football crowd or maybe the non-player crowd, in a second you're going to have to describe dinking and dunking. They're going to give it off to the edge, and getting the edge near the end is out of bounds for Hastings College. That is plenty far enough to get a first down. Caden Merriman, the junior running back for Hastings College, get his first carry of the game, and look at that small speed right there. Merriman, all of 5'9", 171, gets the edge, and good enough for a Hastings College first down, all the way up to the 33. Back to Sinek, outlet pass to the flat, and a good open field tackle made by Doane. Pass complete to Quay Hill, the senior. It'll bring up second down as they give him no gain.
Let's catch a little bubble screen over here to the right, but Kemp plays it really well as that dog position here for Dunn's defense. I mean, that's textbook right there.
Broncos get back to the line quickly in the center of the field. And movement before the snap. I don't see any flags on the field. Taking a shot downfield, incomplete. It certainly looked like there was movement before the snap, but the referees keep the yellow flags in their pockets.
That could have been a potential flag there.
And I think maybe Jared Sinek thought that there was going to be an offside call, hence him taking a shot downfield.
Well, A-Rod.
Thinking that he might have had a free play. Instead, it's 3rd and 10. Broncos with just 27 total yards, and most of them on the ground, 22 of them. Got Merriman in the backfield with Sinek. Pressure coming on 3rd down. Falls as he throws, and it's incomplete. Looked like he slipped under his own power there. Doane was bringing pressure, but there is a big example of damp turf. The sniper gets Sinek, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, Sinek looks to boot out here to his left, but he's met by Lucas Christensen and Jarrett Boggs. And, I mean, he had really no chance. He had to, cut up short, try to move upfield, and, yeah, that's where you see the field conditions play a factor in this game.
Hastings College to kick it away. And a running punt by Sam Malls, received at the 20 and brought down pretty much immediately. That's Jakarian Jackson, the sophomore new face on the team for Doane this year, from Lake Dallas High School, Texas. Guy who played a little bit last year, but it's going to be more of a threat this year. Doane will get the football back. Still no score, and some good defense here in the first quarter. Today's first quarter brought to you by John Henry's, our family serving yours. NCN Sports. You can find a full broadcast of where we will be and when we will be on X, on Facebook, and our website, newschannelnebraska.com.
Please set the game clock to 6 minutes and 1 second. 6:01.
Only some extra time ran off the clock, according to the head referee, so he's going to put on
a whole 35 extra seconds from 5:26 to 6:01 after the punt there. So nothing doing for each side in their first two drives. And now it's back to Doane. Handoff up the middle. Rian Green gets away from the pile, but he is held onto and finally roped down by Hastings College's Bryce Chaplin. Almost looked like he was a leech right there, just holding on for dear life, and he does get Green down after a gain of a couple.
2nd and 7.
See, if you're Doane's offense right now, your defense gave you 2 stops. You look like you've had your 2 first drives moving down the field. All you got to do is go down and try to capitalize on this one.
2nd and 7. Remember, this was a 40-3 game last year, and does not have the remnants of that quite yet. Still plenty of ball left to go. Hartman looking to throw. Dodges the defender, gets away somehow, and he's going to make a break for it. He's got the first down. Unbelievable scramble by Sam Hartman, who lets him know that's a first down right there. Gain of 8 on what could have been a sack for Hastings.
Yeah, made a little something out of nothing there. Great move in the backfield, able to get free and pick up that first down for this offense.
That looked like it was Bryce Chaplin who almost had the sacks, and Hartman did a little cut to get away from him and then got away from the middle linebacker as well. 3 receivers and a running back. It's the handoff straight up the middle. That's the backup running back, Chandler Page. He muscles his way forward for a nice gain of about 6 on first down.
It was just a tough, hard-nosed run there by Page. Able to give Rian Green a breather, put him in a different spot on offense, give Chandler the ball for once. There it is right there. That's lowers the shoulder. That's just a great run of about 7 there.
You love running backs that are not afraid to lower their shoulder and hit somebody when they're about to be hit. Gain of 7 officially, and they'll give it back to Page. Not much there. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and short. But for Page, a guy who spent his high school days playing 6-man football at Parkview Christian High School in Lincoln, now he finds himself at the 11-man level with the graduation or departure of a couple of the main Doane running backs last year. It's Rian Green and Chandler Page expected to do a lot of the groundwork for the Tigers this fall. Haven't gotten really anybody close to the end zone as of yet. Doane got to about the 40 before they turned it over. And a 3rd down stop by the Broncos on the carry. And a loss of 1 on the carry by Chandler Page. The Broncos get the stop, and they appear to be getting the football back here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Hastings defense did a really good job there of just rallying to the ball quick. I mean, they're kind of picking up on this run game right now. But all in all, I mean, if you pin them deep here with this punt, this defense has been playing rock solid right now in this first quarter.
Into punt, Garrett Papp, the true freshman for Doane. High end over end kick to the near sideline, and no return there. Colton Marsh, the returner, lets it roll, and it will go all the way to the 20-yard line. Nice kick by the freshman of about 30 yards. Hastings College will take over pretty deep in their own territory. Correction, that's a 40-yard punt for the freshman Garrett Papp. Lone Jack, Missouri High School. 5'9", 185. Could also see him get some carries at running back at some time in the season as well. Just Doane a lot of new pieces. We mentioned 60 new faces, but with the returning coaches, Jonathan Johnson, and even some new faces as well, growth was their main goal of the year. And he said it time and time again, it's all about growth. Just want to get a little bit better, and guys are just getting a little bit better each play. Sinek taking the snap to Merriman down the sideline. He's got some space to the 40. And look at the carry by Merriman. He's marked down at the 43. Caden Merriman, for the California native, running towards that direction all the way to the 43. A gain of 22 yards on first down.
I tell you what, don't let that size fool you. That guy's got some wheels.
Not your typical height or weight for a running back, especially at the college level. We're going to go back to Merriman, same side of the field, waits. The football's out. The football's out. Doane jumps on it, but They say he was down. Merriman lost the football. But the referee right in front of Doane's sideline says down by contact. We'll have to get another look at this.
Kind of the same play as the last one. That's a really good hit here by Zudavern.
Reese Zudavern in there, and
That's
I don't
close.
know if he was down there. Looked like he was on a backside there. Nobody really realized it right away either. I think we realized it was on the ground before some of the players did.
I agree.
So fortunate the Hastings will get to keep the football here. Cynic will go into the shotgun as Eli Nappy lines up as the tight end. As now they will go back to Armbruster, the running back. He is down after a gain of a couple near midfield. In fact, past midfield at the 49, 3rd and 2 to go. With just over a minute to go in the first quarter.
If you're Doane's defense here, you're thinking 3rd and short. They're probably going to either have a quick passing concept to go over the middle, or it's going to be another run. Back here looks like Armbruster's in back. So it's one or the other. I think this is where you got to stand tall here, though.
3rd and 2. Broncos go with the tighter formation. They stack the line, but Cynic will drop back to pass over the middle. Contested catch made at the 45 by Eli Nappy. My goodness, he had Aaron Reyes all over him, but somehow he hangs on to it. Good for a Bronco first down.
I was just going to say the same thing. Not bad defense there, just better placement of the ball. What a throw by Cynic, just over the middle. Gain of 5, first down for Hastings.
Our instant replays tonight brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close. Handoff to the left side. Armbruster shifts back to the center of the formation. He is thrown down just past the 40. Good gain of about 5 on first down. What will likely be the final play of the first quarter. Very encouraging signs for both teams. They've made some big plays, and for Hastings getting their 3rd string running back involved. Doane getting their starters in a big groove early with some big passes as well. Very encouraging signs, even though we are scoreless at the end of 15 minutes from Crete. We'll be back with the second quarter. Ryan Valenta, Chase Wilkinson. You're watching NCN Sports.
NCN Sports is brought to you by City Bank and Trust in Crete, member FDIC, and by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame and advanced trailering tech, it's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Right in action in the first quarter of the second play. Look at the running back Armbruster getting blocks to the near sideline. He's almost down to the 5. Welcome to the second quarter on NCN. That is a gain of almost 38 yards on the play, down from the 39 to, they're going to mark him down at the 6. So a gain of 33. That's Dalton Armbruster, the Corcoran, California native. Oh, now he is, looks like he is down in the end zone, all the way back there to off to the right of your screen. Armbruster was stumbling after he got hit by multiple defenders, and now the concern on him. 33 yards all the way to make it 1st and goal for Hastings College. You're just hoping this is just maybe a cramp or some sort of minor injury like this. Armbruster is up. He is slightly limping off under his own power. Sheds one tackler. Oh, you see that's Andrew Brown got screened by one of the referees there. Great block by the wide receiver, and then right as he was pulling up, I think that might be a hamstring or some sort of tweak like that. You could tell he was about to pull up out of bounds, and something wasn't right there.
Yeah, you could tell he kind of landed on it awkward. That's just tough, too, because after that huge run for this Hastings offense who needed some momentum, and Armbruster's a little shaken up on that play. Hopefully he's going to be all right.
Official gain of 33 yards. Andrew Brown is there to push him out of bounds. Hastings College now lighting it up on the ground. 91 rushing yards combined. And I think I just heard the referee say that with the injury, Hastings will be charged a timeout here. Or maybe they're just electing to take a timeout. We'll check on the scoreboard to make sure that that is the case. But this rivalry game off to a very defensive-minded start. Both teams unsuccessful on their first 3 complete drives. Hastings ended theirs with an interception, and then Doane tried to go for it on 4th down, and it was incomplete. They tried to go for it on 4th down and wasn't able to get that 4th down. And with a timeout on the field, we're going to take a short one as well. We'll be back with the second quarter at Doane and Hastings College.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! Stay alive! You're bound to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
The Broncos are in the end zone after the injury timeouts. Straight up the middle. The guy who was thought to be hurt on the play is out, and the backup running back, Caden Merriman. Welcome to the Hastings College team. The junior transfer, he is in for the first score of the game, 6-0 on the 5-yard run.
He's kind of been a spark for this offense in this first quarter. Getting his touchdown early, and that's going to put 6 on the board here for Hastings.
Colton Wilmot, the freshman from Arlington, in to kick the point after. High snap. It's a low kick, and he shanked it wide right. No good. Not the best snap for Hastings College, and that will make it a 6-0 ball game. And Doane will try and answer here. Well, in the second quarter, Hastings has already scored more points than they did in this rivalry game all of last year. Another break for us. Hastings has the early lead. It's college football rivalry on NCN.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point.
When you're proud of the community you live in, taking care of the people in it isn't a job, it's an honor. At John Henry's, we take pride in being relied upon by the great people of Lincoln and the surrounding areas. A hard day's work means a happy customer, and making happy customers has been our goal all along. A team of expert plumbers, drain specialists, and HVAC professionals, dedicated to finding solutions for our customers. Because for us, a successful day ends with a handshake and a smile. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
Andrew Brown receiving the kickoff. Look at him burst up the center of the field. Andrew Brown just puts his head down. The Omaha Central graduate gets Doane all the way in great field position near midfield on the return.
Andrew Brown, once again, he did it already with an interception, got him almost to midfield last time, gets him past midfield this time, and he's doing a great job of just being a spark for this offense and this defense. He's been having a great game so far.
And he's only a sophomore as well. He played a lot on the special teams unit last year for Doane. Now the leading kick returner for the Tigers this year. Gets him all the way up to the 46, a return of about 38 yards. Hartman, outlet pass to the near sideline. That's the running back, Rian Green, making the catch. They'll mark him out at midfield. Green is tangled up there with Marcus Dustin. And a gain of 5 will bring up 2nd and 5.
I don't mind that play call. It's a simple screen pass out to the near side, but it also allows Hartman to kind of get back in the rhythm, get him a quick gain of about 6, and now they're looking at 2nd medium.
And Green comes off after the play. So the Tigers will go empty set here and trips to the right. Hartman to throw. Moving up in the pockets. It's collapsing. Now he'll scramble himself. He takes a huge hit. That's Dawson Kissinger again, who had that monstrous hit earlier, and almost a scorpion right there as Hartman gets folded near the first down marker, and they say it's just good enough for a first down.
I mean, good run there by Hartman, but he makes him pay for it quick. He's been coming up and make a couple licks early in this game.
Also in on the stop was Jake Lambert, the senior for Hastings College. The back-to-back rush, back-to-back plays of 5 yards for the Tigers. After Hastings College got the first touchdown of the game, Doane looking to answer here in the second. To Hartman, and the handoff up the middle to Chandler Page. He fights his way through bodies. He'll get down inside the 40, gain of 6 on first down. Both teams were not very successful with the run last year. Doane only averaged about 88 yards on the ground per game. Hastings College a little bit more successful, about 100 yards per game. But for Doane, they had to rely on that freshman arm a lot. But it's really good looking so far from Rian Green and even Chandler Page, even the few carries he's got, encouraging for the Tigers.
Yeah, but this is kind of where the first couple drives for Doane's offense kind of stalled out. This is where you want to really get in the red zone here if you're Doane's offense.
Broncos will have 4 on the line, and they'll bring some pressure here. It dropped in the backfield off the edge rush. Quinn Rosno, the hometown Hastings St. Cecilia product, gets the ball carrier down for a loss of 3. With authority, too. My goodness, this Hastings College defense, they are hitting some guys here this evening.
I mean, I never gave Page a chance there. It's a little counterplay to the left, and he came screaming off the edge and stopped that quick.
So a loss of 3 brings up 3rd and 7. Like Chase mentioned, this is where Doane is stalled here. Can they convert? Hartman to throw, now has to evade the defensive lineman. He runs through one guy, the football's out, he falls back on it, but it's just short of the line to gain. Another instance where Hartman couldn't find anybody downfield, but surprised he got enough as he did. It's 4th and short here.
I know Doane is already 0 for 1 on 4th down conversions, but I think this is 100% a play where you have to take it and go for it on 4th down.
The Broncos will bring in some bigger bodies on the defensive line. We saw E.J. Hernandez at 333 pounds come in. 4th and 2 from the Hastings College 36. The fake handoff. Hartman, he is stuffed. The Broncos get another 4th down stop.
I think I'm good now.
And they are hyped up. The big guys getting the stop. That's David Lopez, the sophomore. Gio Mendoza celebrating there, but Lopez the one. Fake the handoff. Lopez wraps him up.
This looks like your casual read option there, but Hastings did a really good job of staying home, knowing Hartman can scramble with that ball so well, and they're able to stop him on that 4th and short.
The Doane drive does stall in Hastings College territory for the 2nd time this evening. Now the Broncos have the momentum and a chance to go up by a couple of scores. 107 total yards of offense for the Broncos, 95 for Doane so far. Doane with more yards through the air, more yards on the ground for Hastings. Seneca will put Merriman in motion. And a little toss pitch straight up the middle near the first down marker. That's Cooper Butler. The redshirt sophomore gets his first touch of the ball game. A little bit of deception there, put the running back in motion and toss it to the wide receiver coming in.
I'll tell you what, this Hastings running game is putting gashes in this Doane's defense right now. Doane's defense need to really put a stop here. I don't know if they need to do blitz schemes, but they need to stop this running game.
Cooper Butler, another one of this Hastings St. Cecilia products. Here's Caden Merriman again, and the small running back, look at him push the pile near the 40-yard line, just inside the 45. Good enough for another Hastings College first down, their 7th.
I mean, they're just looking really strong on the ground. Like, lowering the shoulder pads, keep driving those feet.
Good enough for a first down. They say that Traquan Henley's helmet came off, so he has to exit for a play. But for Doane, the true freshman Chris Kemp is down on the field, and looks like that might just be hopefully a cramp or something. In week 1 or week 0 of college football games, it's just going to happen. Guys are still getting into their hydration programs. Feels like it's, and sometimes, Chase, I'm sure you can speak to this too, it's you drink all the water you want, you still cramp up. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. It's sometimes hard to hydrate.
Yeah, sometimes it is inevitable just to get cramps. You know, it's going to be early in the season. They're not fully game ready. Their bodies aren't game ready 100% yet. It's kind of the mid-season form is when they really catch stride. But yeah, it's so early for them. You're going to see cramps today. I'm 100% in the second half.
Balls is at the 43-yard line of Doane, and a fresh set of downs. Caden Merriman now at 53 yards on 5 carries for Hastings College here this evening. Sinek in the shotgun. We'll give it to Merriman. Runs into his own offensive lineman, and then he gets knocked down. Finally, it takes 3 Tigers to take him down. But several black jerseys there for the tackle for loss. And on there, Jason Olford, among others.
That's exactly what you needed to do from this Doane defensive line and linebackers. You needed to scream at the ball, spill, and catch them in the backfield. That's a great pursuit by all them black helmets.
Aaron Reyes had the first hit on him, as well as Keegan Schuler. Correction, it was Schuler and the other player. So 2nd and 13 after the loss of 3 yards. First time that Merriman has been held to a loss today. Sinek spinorama, tosses to the other side to the tight end, Jake Bargan. And he gets to the 35, and now a flag comes in as looked like there was a holding or some sort of illegal block there made by Hastings College, and it was right in front of the Doane sideline, and they were all over it.
Yeah, I do love the design of this little play call, though. A little boot to the left and then a screen on this right side.
They will get Hastings College for the holding penalty. That's Traquan Henley, the offensive lineman. You can see him. He's coming out there and then grabs a hold and pancakes him. I don't know, do you agree with that call there?
I do, because I see the hands on the outside of the shoulder pads. If they were inside and he pancakes them, that's a clean block. But since he kind of had that bear hug on him, it's a hold.
It's all about the hand placement, ladies and gentlemen. You can hug him inside, you can't hug him outside. So now it's pushing Hastings College back into their own territory at the 48, 2nd and 20. Play action pass for Sinek to the far sideline. Behind the shoulder grab, no, out of bounds. The catch was made by Damian Jenkins, but he had a foot out of bounds. What a throw, what a connection on the back shoulder. Can't tell from that angle, but they rule that Jenkins was out of bounds, and a referee right in front of it that had the best look.
Catch or no catch, that was a heck of a throw and a heck of an effort there by Jenkins.
It's now 3rd and very long for Hastings College, with 8.5 to go before halftime. 3 receivers, including a tight end to the left. Sinek drops back, pressure coming, dumps it off to the running back, and cutting up to the right is Armbruster. He won't even get back to the original line of scrimmage, but a flag in the backfield. Did Sinek get hit?
It looks like Zudover might have hit Sinek a little late, and the ref was able to throw a flag on that, pick that up quick. I don't know if I agree with it, but
Home referees, let us know what you think. We'll get you another look at it here once we confirm the call. You can see Sinek kind of waving around his throwing arm too. That is Reese Zudevern that got to Jarrett Sinek, the quarterback, late. And a huge critical mistake, because that will give Hastings College a fresh set of downs. Jonathan Johnson not too happy about it. Our instant replay brought to you by Meade Lumber. That's a bang-bang play right there. That's probably a 50-50 call.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Bang-bang play. Too quick to tell. I mean, yeah, it's tough to make those calls knowing how close they are.
So now all the way down to the 31-yard line on the 15-yard penalty. Broncos are going to stack the backfield here. A little bit confusion about where they want to set up their wide receiver, Cooper Butler. Back to Sinek, and the handoff to Merriman for the far side. Nothing doing. He is hitting the backfield. Carrying Jackson for Doane, the first to take out a leg from the junior running back.
Yeah, well, they're going to continue to try to go to these outside zones with Merriman, but luckily I think Doane's going to start catching on to it, and they stretch that play out really well.
7.5 minutes. We're now halfway through the second quarter. And when halftime rolls around, join us for the halftime show brought to you by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. 2nd and 11. Broncos will go with a receiver each side and a tight end to the right. Snap back and a handoff to the right side. Merriman. He gets popped for about no gain. Chris Kemp, the final blow, but two other Doane jerseys are there to stop him. It'll be 3rd and long once again for Hastings.
I just love watching Simdorn at that linebacker position. The senior linebacker does a great job of pursuing this ball. Takes it correct forms, correct angles right there, able to trip up Merriman and not allow any yardage on that.
Tanner Simdorn, the Centura High School graduate, back in his high school days. 3rd and 11 in Doane territory. Sinek with trips to the left. Play action. He's going to throw to his lone receiver to the right and overthrows the tight end, Jake Bargan. Now it is 4th and long. And with Hastings College, not much experience at kicking here on their roster. Be a very, very long field goal, but still kind of an awkward position, depending on what you plan to do here.
It's kind of where both of these teams kind of stall out at this 35-yard line, which is really tough to, decide whether am I going to punt, am I going to try a long field goal, am I going to put him deep, or should I just go for it on 4th down?
Broncos graduated their kicker Xander Salyers last year. And before we have this 4th down play, Doane will take a timeout. 6-0 Hastings is your score. We've got 6.5 left to go before halftime. The defense is looking really good. Offense is showing some spurts as well. The college football season opener for the Doane Tigers will return after this timeout on NCN TV.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Welcome back to college football on NCN. While we were away, the punt away from Sam All, and he did get it right inside the 10-yard line. Jakarian Jackson got it at the 5 and tripped up almost immediately, but he does fall forward for a return of 4 yards on the short punt by Sam All. So back to Doane here. Over halfway gone in the second half. Ryan Valenta, Chase Wilkinson with you in our first Saturday college football broadcast of the 2025 fall season. Sam Hartman to lead the charge for Doane once again. We'll go with a run straight up the middle for a gain of a couple.
That's all you're kind of looking for at Doane's offense right now. Backs against the wall, looking at your own end zone. All you want to do is keep moving forward. You need to get at least one first down. Even if you do stall out, to give your punters some room to punt. But they need to just start slow and get this first down and then look for the next one.
And Kanan Willis is getting the carry on that, the redshirt sophomore. Graduated from Broken Bow High School. Gained 2 yards. Hartman over the middle. Dangerous pass. Incomplete. Broken up by the Broncos. Sam All, intended receiver. They were trying to go to Mark Anderson. Right over the middle. 2 defensive backs closing on there, and little sandwich job by the Hastings College defense to break up the pass.
Yeah, looking over the middle for Anderson. The Iowa Central transfer. Able not to hold on. Well, he was pretty covered pretty well, though. That was good defense for Hastings right there.
So now Doane will have a third and notable here. 3rd and 8 to be exact. 2 receivers to the near side for Hartman. He's looking that way. Now we'll toss it over the middle, and that is intercepted. A little dunk-off pass is picked off by Dawson Kissinger. The hometown Hastings kid. In his first start as a Bronco, he's got the interception, and the Hastings College, they've got a prime opportunity to put 6 off the interception there.
The thing is, I really like this play call. It's a good, perfect time to call a screen pass. But it looks like Hartman just put a little too much air under it. And, Hastings able to make a great play on the ball.
Dawson Kissinger, part of the Hastings St. Cecilia team back in the day, and now it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
If you're Doane's defense here, holding Hastings to 3 is a huge win.
Also a very big momentum killer as well. The Doane defense needs to lock in right here and try to bail out its offense. Armbruster in the backfield for Sinek. He'll give it to him, cuts back to the center, inside the 5, and brought down right at it. Alton Armbruster, a gain of about 3 to make it 2nd and goal.
I feel like this is just going to be the pattern that Hastings is totally fine with, getting some outside zone runs, some inside zone runs, using different backs. I feel like this is where they want to be right now.
Run those guys up the middle. We've seen Armbruster make some big carries. Merriman make some good carries for Hastings College. They're still sticking with the transfer Armbruster right here. Receiver coming in motion. Handoff to Armbruster. Tries to get up the left side. Flag is down. It's a gain of about 2, but we'll check the penalty here. Looks like the initial signal is against Hastings College, and that would be huge. 3rd and short for a 3rd and goal rather than 2nd and long if it's a holding call. Maybe somebody tugged a face mask. Referees are discussing right now. Didn't see anything to the naked eye that would lead you to believe one way or the other. Let's find out. A holding on Doane. They're going to get Caden Miller, the junior defensive lineman, for a hold, which you don't see a whole lot on running plays.
I don't know about that. Yeah, he might have got...
I don't see a 96 on the screen there. But a holding will push the Broncos half the distance to the goal. And it'll also give them a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal at the 3 with 4:50 to go. Now Sinek will go under center with a fullback and a running back and no receivers. Handed off to Armbruster. Gets tripped up. Looks like he got his legs taken out by his own offensive lineman, and he is just short of the goal line. Not much other play call to choose when you're near the goal line than that. Broncos are just trying to push their running back into the end zone yard by yard at a time.
Yeah, and they're totally fine getting 2 yards at a pop here since they're inside the 5. I'm just still kind of confused on going back. It's kind of a rare call to see a defensive holding call.
Especially on a run.
Yes.
Maybe if you're going to the defensive back holds the receiver. That is something we will have to circle and watch out for. Sinek under center. And off to Armbruster again. diving towards the goal line, and he is just short again. The black jersey defense holds up one more time to bring up a 3rd and goal.
This Doane goal line defense has done a great job trying to plug their running game as best as they can. It's going to be 3rd and very short. They're about look like on the 6-inch line from the goal line. This would be huge for this defense to get a stop right here.
Even if you do get a stop right here, Hastings might go for it again. They need just half a yard, if that. Sinek under center. They're going to hand it off to Armbruster. He's stood up at the goal line and pushed backwards. A 3rd stop for Doane, and it'll be 4th and goal. Reese Zudevern was the one to push him backwards, it looks like.
Yeah, great play there by Zudevern. He had that personal foul last drive. Way to make up for it here on the goal line, stopping that runner. It's going to be 4th down. This is where it gets interesting. 4th and about 3 yards to go.
So the ball now probably got pushed back half a yard. It looks like it's on the 1-yard line now. The Broncos keep their offense on the field. 8 seconds on the play clock. 4 seconds. Sinek in the shotgun. Snap back to him. Rolling. The pass to the end zone low. And it's incomplete. The Doane defense holds up after the costly turnover proves to be at no cost. Unbelievable tenacity and grit. And that'll give the home crowd something to cheer about. No points on the scoreboard, not even 3 points, Chase.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. Kind of surprised by this bootleg call to the boot left. Looking for that comeback route on the far side. A little too low to catch. Great defense there by Jakarian Jackson. And now Doane's offense, even though backed up, have the ball and no points on the board.
He almost had the interception too. Referee said it hit the ground. That would have given Doane an extra 20 yards. But now you got to get out of your own end zone if you're Doane. They are set up at their own 1. Broncos still in the lead though with 2:27 to go before halftime. Hartman will hand it off. Getting through the pile and up near the 10 is Chandler Page.
That's exactly what they need there. Just get some breathing room. Get it out to about the 9 to 10 yard line. Now you can breathe a little bit. The playbook opens up a little more. And this is exactly what you need to do.
That play is also always so nerve-wracking as an offense, because if you get hit for a loss, and you are pretty much hosed right there. Hartman over the middle. It's off and intercepted. A pick 6. Bryce Chaplin off the deflection. He's in for the touchdown. Off the receiver and into the hands of the defense. And Hastings College goes up by 2 scores. What a turn of events. 2 interceptions in 3 plays for Doane.
Hartman here one a little bit behind him. Just 2 unfortunate interceptions in a row for Hartman.
They were looking for Derek Anderson, the freshman tight end. They threw it behind him. And you might think, oh, you got to just let that go there. But your natural instinct is to try to catch it. Meanwhile, Anderson, it looks like, is down on the field, and then there are 2 flags over by the Hastings College sideline. Perhaps for a sideline warning or for some excessive celebration. Head coach Matt Franzen's out there talking with the referees. But Derek Anderson on the opposite 10-yard line, or on the opposite side, near side of the sideline, he is down flat on his back, and he appears to be seriously hurt.
Yeah, he got hit pretty hard on that play.
We have multiple things to check out here. Anderson down and multiple flags on the field. You'd likely think it's got to be for some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct when Hastings College got that pick 6. I mean, their entire offense swarmed him, and they might have had some guys come off the bench as well. Let's see.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Hastings, number 2, is first for disqualification. That penalty will be enforced on the succeeding kickoff. This is a 2-minute timeout.
All right, so an unsportsmanlike conduct on Gio Mendoza. is the official call. The touchdown does stand, and Derek Anderson able to be helped off the field by the training staff. So the points are on the board. I believe that the referee said that they're going to enforce the penalty yardage on the ensuing kickoff. Well, for the Doane sideline now, they were roaring for that fourth down stop, and now stunned heads as they're going to have to get the offense back on the field with less than 2 minutes to go, trailing 12-0. And after the timeout break, see if Hastings College can convert the extra point here.
There's a little bit of confusion here still with the refs.
Yeah, I think they're just making a decision that we are officially doing the yardage on the kickoff here, as Doane is ready to get out on defense, and now both sides are ready to get it. Another look at it. Replay brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital, and he did get popped, Derek Anderson. So
it looks like he took a rib shot there pretty hard.
You hope that's not something that's fractured or anything like that. Trying to add on the extra point, Colton Wilmot, the freshman. The holder is the quarterback, Jarrett Sinek. Had a high snap last time, pretty good one this time, and nothing wrong with that kick. It is good. 13-0, Hastings College taking it in stride here off a couple of turnovers here now in the first half by the Doane offense. And we'll see if the Tigers can get anything going with less than 2 minutes to go before halftime. Back in a moment from Al Papik Field. You're watching NCN Sports.
Everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Broncos up by a couple of scores on NCN TV, and with the unsportsmanlike penalty, they're kicking off from their own 20-yard line. The Doane returner standing at their own 20-yard line, a squib kick up the middle, and that is received by the return man for Doane and brought down by several Hastings College players. Getting that was Dylan Luking, the sophomore from Elgin High School. Not the intended return man, but he does get some positive yardage out of it.
Well, there's only one positive thing about throwing a pick six the drive before. You get the ball right back. And now you got a minute 48, 2 timeouts. If you put one here in the end zone, you're right back in this game going into halftime.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is go into halftime break with a goose egg on the scoreboard. And like you mentioned, Chase, good field position as well. You only need to go 55 yards to get in the end zone, and you probably only need about 25, maybe 30 yards to have a good look at perhaps 3 points, which you would absolutely take just to get something on the board.
Yeah.
Minute 48, can Sam Hartman compose himself after throwing a couple of picks here in the second quarter? Get the Tigers on the board. They will go to his arm on first down. Nothing doing, has to scramble, almost tripped up, and now pushed out of bounds. Almost had him in the backfield. Looks like that's Justice Hostetler upset with himself that he didn't get the play, and Isaac Sandoval also there, number 5, coming in on your screen here.
I know he didn't pick up much there, but I like the decision by Hartman not to put the ball in harm's way, take it, go out of bounds, save the time, and just, take the correct play right there.
Correction, it was Eli Keller that almost had the sack on Hartman right there, so it's a loss of 1, And a handoff to no, it's a Hartman keeping it to the far sideline. He is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Tried to spin away from the defense. And making for the play for Hastings College was Jake Lamberts.
Yeah, and again, it's just looks like Hartman's under pressure early, and he's trying to make something out of nothing. He can't find the receivers down the field, and they got to move quick here. It's already moving down to a minute 13 right now.
It's 3rd and 11. Doane still with 2 timeouts. Haven't used any of them yet. Almost 40 seconds have gone off the clock in this drive so far. Hartman to pass, pressure coming. Getting away from the pocket, throws over the middle, diving grab made. Or did they say it was incomplete? They say it was incomplete. Everybody thinks it's a completed pass except the referee, John DeRizo, the intended receiver. And Doane's going to go 3 and outs here.
Look, from our angle, it looked like that it was a catch. Maybe
absolutely.
From the other side, it looked like he bobbled it or dropped it.
So now the Broncos are going to get this football back with just about a minute left to go on the clock. Garrett Papp in to boot it away, the freshman. His second punt of the day. Broncos bring pressure. Whistles blowing. There's a flag on the far side of the field, and somebody moved early for Doane. So they will have to re-kick it. Now Doane will have 5 more yards to cover from the leg of Papp here.
Kicking team, number 34.
Zach Sundquist moved early for Doane. Get another look at it here. And a little flinch up at the top of the line. Very negligible, but the referees they saw that. Broncos look like they are trying to block this thing here. And here they come. They block it! To the far sideline, picked up and brought down. Sam Hall comes up with it. And Hastings College has another prime opportunity. Another huge play. The Broncos special team comes through. They brought the pressure and they got to the punter.
That's the one thing you could not have happen for the special teams is get a punt blocked. And of course, it rolls really far down there, about the 10-yard line. Picks it up, couldn't stay on his feet.
Oh, if he stays on his feet, maybe. It was Jaden Williams, the Donovan sophomore, with the block. And he didn't have to try very hard to block it either. The Broncos rather thought they were going to bring pressure, and the pressure worked. So it's 1st and goal at the 5 with 48 seconds left to go before halftime. And now, more than ever, does the Doane defense need a stop. Hastings has 2 timeouts to work with as well. 2 receivers each side. They put Nappy in motion. Sinek will hand it off to Armbruster. Sidesteps to the right, near the goal line, but just short at the 1. Gain of 4. Clock is rolling. Probably can run one more play before you maybe need to start calling timeouts if you don't get it.
Yeah, no, they're in pretty good position to put the ball in the end zone again at the 1-yard line. And if you're Doane's defense, you got to dig deep, find a way to keep him out of the end zone. Holding the 3 would be big here.
Sinek will go under center. Clock rolling under 20 seconds. 2 into the backfield. Sinek fakes it, play action to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Hastings College. Another score for the Broncos, and this time it's Jude Smith, the freshman tight end, making the play.
I mean, that was just textbook right there. The whole Doane defense, even myself, think Hastings is going to try to run it in with the rushing game, but that was a perfect play-action rollout pass here by Sinek, able to find number 40 here.
Jude Smith, the freshman tight end from Littleton, Colorado. His first touch as a varsity player, gets for 6. So now it's 19-0 and the extra point on the way, and that one is good. 20-0. The Broncos showing off their new offensive pieces here in this first half. They've got 3 scores on the board, and with 8 seconds left, we will will likely go to halftime at this score. We'll be back with the final 8 seconds on NCN.
Whether you're rolling up in a semi, pulling a horse trailer, heading to the lake with your boat, or just cruising in a car or motorcycle, Speedy Mart is your stop. Fuel up fast, grab your favorite snacks, stretch out with plenty of parking, and step inside for a roomy store and friendly faces. And hey, teams love it before and after the game. Speedy Mart convenience stores, fueled for every road.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Citibank and Trust in Crete, member FDIC, and by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
The Broncos turn a blocked punt into 7 points here. And with less than a minute to go, they're able to get a couple of scores in pretty quick succession. Just a total of a minute and 46 seconds it took between both touchdowns for Hastings College in the second quarter. So 6-0 has now become 20-0. Colton Wilmot to kick it away with 8 seconds left. Line drive kick bounces and received back deep by DeCarian Jackson. Gets to the 30 and brought down just after the 30. And there is 1 second left on the clock. Did anyone say Hail Mary? Probably not. Probably not. There is a chance. But I would very likely see that Doane kneel it down right here to end the first half. What a showing for Hastings College. We've got plenty to talk about on our RMV Construction halftime show, which is coming up next. But with 4 seconds left, we'll actually put back on the clock. See what the Tigers do, if anything. They'll give it off to Rian Green. Gets to the sideline and steps out of bounds just past the 40. But the clocks say 0, an 8-yard gain. But that will send us into the halftime break, 20-0. Hastings College, a team that struggled so mightily on offense last year in their 11 games, have already gotten 3 touchdowns on the board in 30 minutes, and largely thanks to plays like this. The interception off the fingertips and brought back to the house. Some new faces for Hastings College getting in on the fun here. And this has been a lot of fun so far. Are we still going to have more fun? We're only halfway done here, folks. Stay tuned. Our halftime show is after this. We'll be back on News Channel Nebraska.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction.
Whether we're
talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
The Postgame Show is brought to you by Custom Sports.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
20 kids, 1 SUV, and 1 mission. Snacks. Speedy Mart is where the snack squad rolls deep. Whether it's before the first pitch or after the final out, we've got drinks, treats, and all the fuel to keep your team going strong. Speedy Mart convenience stores. Quick, convenient, and always ready when the team rolls in. Speedy Mart. Snack strong, play strong.
To sign up any children ages.
Welcome back to college football on News Channel Nebraska. We're at the halftime break. It is Hastings College leading the hometown Doane Tigers on the road by a score of 20-0. Some defensive help and some special teams help for the Broncos gets them a total of 3 touchdowns in the second quarter as they come into this one leading by 3 scores. Now it's time to take a look at our halftime highlights. Today's halftime are brought to you by RMV Construction. Well, this was scoreless through the first quarter. Nothing was really going for any either side. But then the first big play for Doane, Jarrett Sinek trying to air it out way down the field, going for the home run ball, intercepted by Andrew Brown. And he would take it a very long way as well. Return of about 33 yards on the interception before finally being brought down. And think, all right, that's what Doane's got going. But their drive would ultimately end up stalling. Dalton Armbruster gets away from a defender, a missed tackle, looking like he can maybe go all the way, and he just gets pushed out right before the sticks. Armbruster came up a little bit lame on the play, but since then he has returned to the game. And then the Broncos going with some new talents to end up pushing the ball in. The ensuing play, Caden Merriman. Didn't even see him on the 2 deep here, but he is getting some carries here tonight, and he puts the Broncos on the board first, 6-0. That came with 14.5 to go in the second quarter. The PAT was no good to make it just 6-0. Sam Hartman on the play action, trying to go for it on 4th down. One of the 2 big stops that Hastings College got on defense on 4th down. The big man making the stop there, that was David Lopez, the sophomore. And he gave it back to the Broncos. Now trying for another touchdown. They went for it on 4th down. It was incomplete. A good coverage by Jakarian Jackson to force the incompletion and keep it a 6-0 game at that point right there. After Hastings went for it on 4th down, Doane still had to get out of their own end zone. Just a crossing route right over the middle, off the hands of the tight end and into the hands of Hastings College. Taking it in for the score, Bryce Chaplin. The pick 6 gave Hastings College the 13-0 lead with just 1:54 when Doane tried to do that. Then the blocked punt. This is after that Jaden Williams got the blocked punt with less than 30 seconds to go. Sam All falls on it, almost could have scooped and scored it, but the Broncos only needed a couple of more plays. The crossing routes pass into the end zone by the freshman Jude Smith. 1-yard reception for him. The Broncos make the PAT to go up 20-0, and lots of momentum with the away team right now. As we mentioned, this Hastings College team only scored 3 against Doane last year, while the Tigers put up 40 on them. Chase has been a complete reversal of fortunes here. All Hastings College here, but Doane hopefully in the halftime locker room fixing some things here. In your opinion, Tigers need to tighten up on a lot of things. What most?
Biggest thing is just mistakes, errors, turnovers. I feel like there's so many. They're gifting Hastings with a lot of good field position, a lot of gifts, an interception taken to the house. I mean, the thing is, you can't beat yourself. You can't give Hastings an opportunity, to have great field position inside the red zone. I just feel like the defense needs to stop the running game in the second half. Hastings is going to plan to run the ball, I'm guessing 90% of the time, due to being up 20 at halftime. They're going to try to run the clock out.
And let's look at those halftime stats as well, because just like Chase mentioned, it has been the run game for Hastings College. They've scored 1 touchdown on defense. They've scored 1 touchdown on the ground and 1 touchdown through the air. So they've got just about all the touchdowns so far with just 3 on the board, but 141 yards of total offense, 111 of them on the ground, 30 through the air. Doane at 111 yards of total offense, 63 through the air, and 48 on the ground. Jarrett Sinek for Hastings, 7 completions for 30 yards and a score. Dalton Armbruster, 10 carries for 62 yards. Caden Merriman, 8 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. Eli Nappy's got a couple of grabs for 10 yards. Cooper Butler, Armbruster, Jake Bargan, Jude Smith, and Quay Hill with receptions for Hastings College. Sam Hartman, 6 completions for 63 yards and 2 interceptions. Chandler Page and Sam Hartman leading the running game, combined 15 carries, but only for 36 yards, as they only have 48 on the ground. Rian Green's got 4 carries for 10 yards. Green's also gotten 4 receptions as well. Andrew Waito with a big 37-yard reception, 47 total for him. We'll be back with our second halftime segments. 20-0 is your score, with Hastings College in the lead on the road in Crete. Back in a few.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction.
He's there with me in the moment.
It is one of the best things I do every week.
Anyone can be a mentor. It comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, I'm pretty cool.
I'm glad I have a mentor.
People actually care about me.
What you're going to receive is way more than you're going to give.
Once you get involved in teammates, you're kind of hooked.
It's the absolute best.
It gives me goosebumps right now talking about it.
That says it all. Be a mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
More than 80 communities across the state count on Nebraska Public Power District to power their every day. And like a dependable neighbor, we work tirelessly to make our communities a better place to live. From preparing them for economic growth, to partnering in local events, to educating tomorrow's workforce, we are charged with creating community connections that are just as trusted and reliable as the electricity we provide. NPPD, powering our state, empowering our communities.
When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
Our halftime show on News Channel Nebraska today is brought to you by RMV Construction, and tonight we're featuring a project RMV Construction recently completed at Holdridge High School. RMV took out the old bleachers and replaced them with a 1,500-seat prefabricated grandstand and press box at the high school. On top of that, the project included installing new field lighting, pavement, and supports utilities to make the game day experience more safe, enjoyable, and accessible for the athletes, media, and fans that visit at Holdridge High School. RMV is a general contractor in Kearney and Lincoln, and they can take care of all of your educational construction needs, including new construction, additions, and remodeling. RMV Construction, trusted, local, and proven. Now we've got to make sure that we get you your broadcast schedule for the future as well, so you know where our next broadcast will be on News Channel Nebraska. And the next one coming up, the final day of the Nebraska State Fair on Monday, 10 a.m. sharp. Be there for our high school state rodeo broadcast. Be a lot of fun, and hope you've enjoyed our broadcast with Dave, Colleen, and Kent on News Channel Nebraska live all this week. And man, oh man, what great weather the State Fair had for this week. And sitting under a tent, I know guys back in the truck and the talent can probably appreciate that they weren't sweating to death at the State Fair. And then we get into the sports season more with a look at all the games we've got set on there. Ashland Greenwood taking on Beatrice. That's a Thursday p.m. kickoff. Ashland Greenwood, a C1 state playoff semifinalist last year and a couple of years before against Beatrice. That's this upcoming Thursday at 6:20. And the next day, Central City taking on Kozan. That's going to be an excellent Class C1 matchup. If you remember that game last year, that one was a lot to a lot. The final score escapes me, but that one went into several overtimes and was a barn burner up in Kozan. Then on Friday at 6:45, Grand Island and Kearney, the Class A. Probably one of the best Class A rivalries in central Nebraska, if not the state. That's a September 5th, 6:45 p.m. kickoff time. And then the final one down low, the Class C2 and C1 matchup, Cedar Catholic taking on the Wayne Blue Devils. Going to be an exciting one, 6:45. If you can't remember those, which I don't blame you, there's a lot of games on your screen right there. Head to our website, newschannelnebraska.com, and go under the Sports Now tab and find all the broadcasts we have planned, and we've still got several of them in the planning process. So we will have plenty more on that, and find out where we will be on our News Channel Nebraska crew will be on our next high school football or college football broadcasts. Of course, all Doane football home games are broadcast right here on News Channel Nebraska, as well as Wayne State College and the University of Nebraska-Kearney. We love doing it, and we love that you support us broadcasting our local high school and college athletes. Ryan Valenta, Chase Wilkinson on our RMV halftime show. We've still got about 7 minutes before we kick off this second half of play. Told you about the numbers for each player so far, highlighting some defensive players as well. The Bronco defense, they've got 6 tackles for loss and 1 sack in this game. Meanwhile, the Doane defense, no sacks and only 2 tackles for loss. However, both teams with an interception, Hastings with 2 of them, Doane with 1. But Bryce Chaplin, Justice Hostetler have been leading the way for the Broncos, while Reese Sudavern, Tanner Sindorm, and Chris Kemp have all combined for a tackle. Andrew Brown has the lone reception for Doane. But looking at the numbers, I mean, we see the differential between rushing and passing between both teams. Hastings College, 3 times more rushing yards than passing yards. Doane, a little bit more passing and rushing. They've been a little bit more equal there. But Chase, only a 30-yard differential in total yards between the two squads, yet Hastings College has the 20-0 advantage. If you're Doane, we've seen the big plays down the field. We've seen the run game be okay, not the best. But the passing game has been the best part. But you throw 2 interceptions that can maybe kind of lead you to be reluctant to start throwing the football more. If you're the offensive coordinator for Doane, Dallas Tidwell, Doane comes out in his first drive. How do they respond?
Well, I think Sam Hartman just needs to forget those 2 picks. That happened in the first half. I think, you're down 20. You're gonna come out here and you have to throw at some point, whether you like it or not. And I feel like they got to go to deep. We got to find Wado more. You got to find John DeRiso. Wado only has 2 catches for 47 yards. He's a weapon. We just need to find him open in space. Same with John DeRiso. Same with that whole wide receiving core. I feel like we have to come out. The defense is going to be on first for Doane. You get a quick stop here. You stop their running game that's been gashing your defense in the whole first half. You stop that quick. Go down. You get a touchdown early. It's a 7-20 ball game, and then you get another stop. You're right back in this football game. It's definitely not over.
Not over until these final 30 minutes are over as well. And before we get you going for the third quarter, let's check some other football scores in the GPAC Conference, where these 2 teams are members of. How about this? Benedictine, Kansas, taking down the GPAC powerhouse Morningside, 38-34. Morningside's a team that traditionally puts up a lot of points on the scoreboard, so the Mustangs fall on the road in Atchison today, earlier by 4 points. Mount Marty gets its season opening win at Clark, Iowa in Dubuque by a score of 37-22. Northwestern up in Orange City, Iowa with a comfortable 23-0 lead over Waldorf. That is just getting the third quarter started. And then Briar Cliff holding a narrow lead over St. Ambrose, Iowa. That is a 14-10 lead at the halftime break up in Briar Cliff. And then for our score, of course, here, Hastings College leading Doane by a score of 20-0. The final GPAC score, Dakota Wesleyan and Dakota State deadlocked at 7 apiece. That one is just getting going up in Mitchell, South Dakota. And again, Hastings College and Doane football will resume in just about 4 minutes. But for Doane football, all of our home games on here, Hastings College, we'll expect to see them perhaps maybe on a broadcast later this season if they find themselves in the mark of an opponent. But really impressed with what the Broncos have done so far. Team that got blown out 40-3 on their own home field against this Doane team last year. But this Hastings College offense under their new offensive coordinator, James Bauer, haven't mentioned him enough, too, because he is a brand new addition to the team. Bauer from Kansas Wesleyan, and got to see him at practice, too, and he came up to me and made sure as I was filming a preview story that wasn't getting too much revealing information on the plays, too. Just shows you the dedication to the program and making sure that his offense is kept top secret. But they have done a really great job of minimizing mistakes. Besides that opening drive where they threw an interception, not a whole lot else has gone wrong for the Hastings offense. Doane defense has been pretty good. Of course, that one touchdown that was allowed on special teams by the Doane punting staff and the 1 pick six. They've only allowed 1 rushing touchdown on defense. So I think that's encouraging for Doane. And like Chase mentioned, it's a new half. Just got to flush it all, forget it, and play 30 more minutes of hopefully mistake-free college football. Oh, when we return, we will bring you the third quarter of college football. It's the Doane University season opener at Al Papik Field. We'll be back. You're listening and watching to NCN Sports.
Our halftime show is proudly presented by RMV Construction. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by City Bank and Trust in Crete, member FDIC, and by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an ExactEmerge high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
$20-0. The team on your screen right there. Hastings College Broncos in the lead, trying to spoil Doane's season opener here in Crete, just off the highway and not too far of a drive back for the boys at Hastings College. they've got a tough schedule to go along with as well for this upcoming season as well. They're going to host Midland for their season opener next Saturday. And they've got to tangle with Briar Cliff and Morningside all in the first 5 weeks of the season. Waldorf will be a team that will be sandwiched in between it, but 3 out of 4 home games for Hastings College up in September, but then they've got to play the powerhouses Northwestern, Concordia, Mount Marty, and Dort. Then they've got to close the season out at Dakota Wesleyan. And for Doane as well, they've got a tough one next week as well to go to Concordia. Their home games here in Crete this season are against Dort, Dakota Wesleyan, Mount Marty, and Morningside. So plenty of tough competition that the Tigers will have here at home. And it's never going to be a walk in the park. We can say that for sure here. Head coach Jonathan Johnson in his second year will have his hands full as the season goes forward. Well, Hastings College will receive the second half kickoff. We're watching Doane football on NCN Sports. Ryan Valenta and Chase Wilkinson with you on this evening. Caden Merriman back to receive it. And Morgan Schumann's going to kick it off for Doane. And the reception, that'll go to Quay Hill on the other side of the kick. And he gets his legs taken out from under him right at the 30-yard line. A big hit provided by the freshman Aiden Burns. Return of about 20 yards all the way up to the 30-yard line.
There's just a little something there. You need momentum in any way that you can get it. There's a good kickoff hit there by Burns. So that maybe adds a little something. Lights a fire under some of these defensive players, offensive players. And for Doane's defense right now, you definitely need to stop.
And sparks can come in any way.
Absolutely.
Whether that's just a big kickoff hit to say, all right, let's get another hit on defense here. Hastings College going to open up with trips to the far side of the field with Jared Sinek. Going to hand it off instead to Dalton Armbruster. Gets to the sideline and shoved out of bounds just short of the 40. Gain of about 4 or 5 as offensive line had the block around the edge.
Kind of looked like they ran a little RPO with trips to that far side with the option to throw that screen. Also handing it off underneath there. Able to pick up, might have got away with a little face mask pull there.
Yeah, it was right at the end as he stepped out of bounds, so the referee's probably given up on looking for that at that point. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. And off to Armbruster, cuts back, but he won't get away from the Doane defenders. First in there was Keegan Schuler and then Tanner Simdorm to finish him off. Those have been the backbone of the Doane defense for several years now as they look to make a first stop here.
Yeah, 2nd and medium there. They're going to run it underneath. Great pursuit and great stop by Schuler and Simdorm. Able to be 3rd and medium here. Now's a really good chance to get off the field early for this defense.
3rd and 4, the official yardage to gain. Trying to get the Broncos at 3 and out. A couple of tight ends to the left side with a receiver to the right. Sinek, quick outlet pass to the sideline, completes and knocked out of bounds near the 50. Damian Jenkins, the red shirt freshman from Peoria, Arizona, in on the catch.
And that's just your simple 5-yard out route. That's all they needed. That's all they got. I mean, Sinek put it right on the money, and they're able to pick up the first down there.
A little bit of misdirection, too, lining up the couple of tight ends and the receiver to the left, kind of similar to what they did on the first down play when they lined up everybody over there and then went to the right. They're going to do the same formation with 3 to the left. Armbruster this time gets the carry and runs to the left. Hops over one guy. The football's out. He lost the football, and it looks like Doane has it. And they do. The Tigers force the turnover. Dalton Armbruster got smoked right at the end, and you could see the football pop out of there. Guys are still fighting for it, but it has already been signaled as Doane football.
I mean, that's exactly what you needed out of this Doane defense right here. It's just your outside zone handoff.
Providing the hit right there. Oh, what a hit by Keegan Schuler, and then it's Zach Sundquist that comes up with the football. Exactly what the Tigers needed. They get the football back, their 2nd turnover forced of the game. Now can Doane use the momentum and get on the scoreboard for the first time? Hartman in the shotgun. Rian Green, the Kearney native, up the middle, bouncing off tacklers. He's got near the first down marker. They will give it to him, a gain of 10 by the Doane running back senior.
I love that first down run. Kind of keep the Hastings defense guessing, thinking they're going to maybe go with a big play after the turnover. That's a really good underneath run for 10 yards for Ian Green.
And a Hastings player down on the field. I believe that's Sam All. It's either him or Marcus Dustin, a single-digit number down on the field for the Broncos. And well, I've done a high school football game on Thursday and Friday, and immediately after halftime ended and the third quarter started, that's when guys started dropping. You see the knee being massaged right there. That is Sam All, the trainer for Hastings College. And once you come back from a little bit of a break, you get those muscles going again. Cramps and little stretches can happen a little bit too easily there.
We called it, didn't we? The second half, we knew that some people were going to go down with cramps. And I think he just got a bad cramp right there.
That is Sam All. He is the senior defensive back and one of the leaders on the team. And when talking with the Broncos during small college media days, they talked about being more player-led and keeping to hold each other accountable. More on that after Doane's first down play after the 10-yard rush from Rian Green. 2 in the backfield. Play action. They'll fake the handoff, get it out in the flats, and a catch made by John DeRiso. Last year's lead receiver makes the grab, and he is down for about a gain of 7. And look at Doane coming up quickly to the field.
Yeah, very good to find DeRiso quick. Gave him a chance. Now it's looking 3rd and short instead of 3rd and long.
2 receivers each side. Green in the backfield. Hartman, quick pass again, and a great thread the needle play. A catch made this time by Andrew Wado, the other senior receiver, and Doane is pushing the envelope here. They've got a first down.
Wado's just been that good safety valve for Hartman, able to throw it low and get him low and catch it.
Throwing it in between defenders, too. Broncos bring pressure this time. In trouble going towards the end zone. Wado, did he pull it off the ground? He did. He makes the catch at the 2-yard line. That's the second time today Wado has gone down to a knee to make the catch. And that is good for a Doane first down, a gain of 25.
It's another good rinse and repeat there from Wado. That looked identically from the first quarter one where Wado dove for it over the middle of the field. Look at that.
Look at the catch there
nice.
made and just got his arms underneath it. Instant replay brought to you by Meade Lumber. There was a brief stoppage in play on the far sideline. Gio Mendoza tried to get off the field, but he fell down right before the end with some sort of leg injury. And officials call a brief timeout, but now the referee's in the huddle saying, let's get her going here. So Mendoza, the senior, off the field for a moment. One of their big defensive players not on the field. 2 wideouts and 3 running backs for Hartman. Given off to the far side and wrestled down is Rian Green. Didn't get much there. Hastings College expecting to run there, and they shut it down perfectly.
Looked like Rian Green was just trying to find a little lane to go through and try to get in that end zone, but it never opened up.
Also got one of their new running backs on the field, Quinton Archer, redshirt freshman. He was one of the backs on the play that was blocking as well. Doane taking their time in the huddle, 15 on the play clock. Still no score in this half. All the points have been in the second quarter. Play clock winding down. Archer and Green in the backfield. They get it off with 2 seconds, so give it to Archer, and he is tripped up. Just maybe a yard after the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Tigers.
Looks like we got another player down with a cramp. I think it's one of Doane's offensive linemen.
It is indeed, and down on the ground, that is Seth Aperspock, the Hastings native, who went to Hastings High School, but has been a big part of the offensive line. Again, we mentioned Doane electing to go with 3 true freshmen at the offensive line to start off their season. Jacob Strader, Jaden Conenkamp. They've got Seth Aperspock and Jared Minzenmayer, the returners on that offensive line. But otherwise, freshmen helping to protect Sam Hartman and the Doane offense. So Aperspock able to walk off under his own power, always a good sign. And now is the time to, where do we put the over-under at how many more players are going to have to get stretched out before the game ends?
I think we'll see 2 more.
I was about to set the line at 2.5.
Yep.
So Chase is taking the under. I'll take the over. Doane trying to get in the end zone for the first time tonight. They need 2 yards. Hartman in the shotgun, and Archer the back. Give it to the redshirt freshman. Tumbling forward towards the goal line. He is just short.
It's very close to that goal line.
Looked like he was being pulled down forward. Get another look at it right here. And you see the defensive lineman there for Hastings College, E.J. Hernandez, being pushed backwards. And they are down right at the 1 yard line. It is 4th and goal from the 1. Doane believes that they can get that 1 yard. They want the touchdown.
4th and very short here. I know Doane hasn't been good in these 4th down situations, but I think this might be a QB sneak or a straight up the gut run.
They get up to the line with 6 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, 1. They get it off. No, whistles blow. Jonathan Johnson calls timeout just before the delay of game. So the Tigers will think about it with 4th and goal from the 1 yard line, down by 3 scores. They want to try and cut that into at least 2. But they will need a touchdown to get it. Will they go for it? Will they kick it? Only one way to find out. Join us when we return after the break on NCN.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame, and advanced trailering tech, it's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
I'll get a shot at you guys.
4th and goal from the 1 yard line for the Doane Tigers. We've seen Hastings with a couple of goal line plays. Now it's Doane to see what they can do. They're going to go with 2 wideouts here with Quinton Archer in the backfield. Snap back to Hartman. Archer, he is wrapped up, trying to push his way forward. Does the pile get in the end zone? It doesn't look like it. They didn't get it. Hastings College with another 4th down stop. The Tigers denied at the goal line. And for the 3rd time, Hastings College will get the football back as Doane turns it over on down. It looked like he was going to get dropped for a loss of 1 or 2. The pile kept moving, but most of the bodies outside of the goal line. You can clearly see that Archer did not get in.
That's really unfortunate for that offense. They were moving well down the field. Got to a 4th and goal at about the 2 yard line and just could not capitalize on it.
Now Hastings will get to take over at their own half-yard line. We'll have 3 wideouts to the right side. Eli Nappy will move in as a tight end. 2 remain to the right side. He'll give it off to Merriman. Merriman splits the line, and he lost the football again, but they say he was down again. The Doane defense is saying, no way, that ball popped out before he was down. Caden Merriman, the junior transfer. 2nd time that he has lost the football, but the referees say that he was down. And we might be headed for a review here. We'll get another look at it.
The Doane coach just called the timeout.
Good tackle there by Boggs, able to rip it out.
Oh, that
ball
is clearly out. Jarrett Boggs, he was scraping away at that ball and got it to pop out. It appeared before the knee of Merriman was down. And there go the referees into the tent as they will review this one. But this should be the 2nd fumble and turnover for Hastings College in this quarter.
Yeah, I kind of knew Coach Johnson and all that Doane defense would not let that slide. Had to review that one.
So as they review it here, it would likely be Doane's football if this call is overturned at about the 5 yard line. Referees have a little small tent just off to the north end zone here, or the south end zone rather. But according to our replay there, that ball looked like it was forced out right before the knee of Caden Merriman hit the ground. There's our little tent there. A couple of referees in there getting a look on the iPad there to double check to see if that ball was indeed out. I think, Chase, you and I are in the same agreements that it should be Doane's football.
Absolutely. That was just great tackling and way to club punch and rip that ball out there by Jarrett Boggs. And, if this gets reversed, this is going to be another great opportunity for Doane's offense to get one in the end zone.
See if we could probably get another look at it here just to be sure that we saw what we saw. The referee's still looking to make sure of themselves. Again, there has to be indisputable, clear-cut evidence to decide to overturn the call in the favor of the call on the field. The call on the field was that the runner was down by contact. Here is another look at it. First hit provided by Jarrett Boggs. Then Jakarian Jackson also in there, still not down. Still not down. And there goes the ball's out. Now the knees hit the ground.
Yes.
That looks pretty clear and convincing to us here in the booth. Great shot on that from our opposite field camera down in the end zone to show that that football was out. So Doane would get to take it over inside the 5-yard line. The ball right now is spotted at the 4. The other referees standing about it, but for Doane, getting that big, not able to convert on that 4th and goal from the 1, and to just get it back out, this would be huge. Referees have their decision. We will go down to the field and check on the call. It's overturned, and the Doane defense forces their 3rd turnover. The ball does indeed come out, and the Tigers will have it at their own 4. Jarrett Boggs combined with Jakarian Jackson to force the fumble.
I think that was the correct call. Obviously, looking at the review, it looks like his knee did not get down in time, and he fumbled the ball. And this offense now has a really good opportunity. Ball's at about the 6 or 7 yard line. Could put this in, and you are right back in it with a lot of time left in this game.
And all the momentum now with the Tigers, too. If they do get the score in here, that momentum will multiply exponentially. Ball's at the 4 in the far hash. Hartman with his running back Chandler Page in the backfield. Hartman running up the self the middle, bounces off a tackle, gets near the 1 yard line. Quarterback keeper, and Doane is just a couple yards short of the end zone for the first time tonight.
Really love keeping it on the ground. Oh no.
There's one. Another player down on the field, this time for Hastings College. As let's see if it's a cramp or whatever else. It's Justice Hostetler, the sophomore starting linebacker from Grand Island Senior High, and getting the right leg stretched out.
There is another cramp there. That makes 3 on the game.
This happened to you much when you played football, or is that more just the other guys?
Honestly, not that much. Maybe his senior year a couple times when it was like late August, early September when it was still warm out, and we'd play some afternoon games. I'd catch one like in the 4th quarter, but not that much.
It's because you knew how to hydrate properly.
I guess so. I guess we need to start hydrating more of these players right now because I do not want to lose this over-under.
Yeah, that's one. We've got it set at 2.5, so only one more can happen before our gentleman's side bet is fulfilled. Again, down on the field, Justice Hostetler, the Grand Island native, playing his football at Hastings College. But Doane has 2nd and goal at the 2. It looks like this might take a little bit. We're going to take... Nope, he's getting up off the field. We'll keep it right here. Hostetler, he's big to the Hastings College defense. Don't want to lose him for too long. Hostetler already with 4 tackles, the 3rd most on the team so far this evening. So they will have to send in a new linebacker for the moment. But don't after the scramble by Hartman, which is a designed quarterback run. Got to get right back in the game, and a touchdown will do just that. Love another run here, or Doane's also dialed up some quick outlet passes, some quick check down passes to a tight end or a receiver, just a quick out route. The options are endless here.
I agree with you. And they've been really good at play action today. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went a little play action dump over the top.
Tight end to the left side. Hartman hands it off to Chandler Page. Dives for the goal line. He is just short. He got over the goal line, but it looked like his knee was down just before it. Broncos get another stop. It brings up 3rd and goal, but the Broncos keep inching closer by literal inches. How close was it? Down right there.
Yeah.
And a good call. He was just short.
I mean, that's a good hard run there by Page. But how many plays are we going to get at the goal line where we think it's in and it's just short?
Should we set an over-under on that too? Maybe later. Under center is Hartman. Puts a running back in motion. Hands it off to the fullback. No signal yet. Still no signal. And it down short. That looked like they gave it to Keegan Schuler. Chase, you and I did a game last year where Schuler got 1 carry, and here he is the fullback right here. It looked like he clearly got in.
Yeah.
But then, oh yeah, he did get stopped. 4th and goal. Here come the Tigers. They give it to Schuler again. The pile is stuffed. Whistles blowing. It doesn't look like he got in.
Oh my goodness.
And Hastings College, they stopped Doane on the goal line for the 2nd straight time. They didn't get it. Unbelievable. A brick wall at the goal line. There's a force field around it as Doane can't get in again. Let's get another look at it here. The pile was standing all over the goal line. It looks like they gave it to Schuler again.
It's really close.
And there he is giving the ball to the referee. He is not across the line.
No.
3 straight plays at the 1-yard line, and the Broncos defense comes up clutch. If you don't love that defensive stop, even if you're a Doane fan, you don't love football.
That was old school.
That was old school. Guys crunching up against each other. But Hastings College turns away Doane on 4th down for the 4th time tonight. Now the Broncos once again have to get out of their own end zone. A bad snap, but Armbruster gets the carry. He's brought down after a yard. That could have been disastrous.
Yeah, they're lucky to get even a couple yards out of that. Low snap for Senek. He had to grab it really quick and hand it off. Able to pick up 1 to 2 yards.
So still needing to get a little bit of breathing room here. They give him 1 yard to do Armbruster. Eli Nappy will run out to the wideout position of the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. Pre-snap movement. Flags are down and play is stopped dead. It looks like they got the defensive end, Caleb Daniel, jumping early for Doane. That caused a Hastings College offensive player to move. We will check on that for sure. But it looked like the defensive end on the left side jumped. It's either him or Carson LaValle.
Yeah, that just helped Hastings offense in an enormous way. Backed up in their own end zone. Now you just gave them a free 5 yards, and they're looking at 2nd and about 3.
It is indeed against Caleb Daniel, the sophomore defensive lineman. Jumps across early. And that will give Hastings some breathing room. They'll get to move from the 2 to the 7. And that'll bring up 2nd and 4.
2nd down and 4 at the 7.
Another look at it here on the right side of your screen. And that is indeed an offside there. See if the Broncos can take advantage of it now. Play clock under 10. Nappy in motion. Give it to Armbruster. Cuts back to the center. Flag comes flying in from the referee. And it's not much on the carry there by Armbruster. And the initial call looks to be a holding against the Broncos.
That was a really good pursuit by Doane's defense and linebackers there. That underneath carry didn't really go for much.
Yeah, you cut one way and then you cut back, and to still have not just one guy, but 3 or 4 guys staying home on that potential play.
Offense, number 59. That penalty be enforced half the distance from the previous spot.
Holding is the call on Hastings.
Number 26 from Doane must exit for 1 play with the helmet off.
say that Doane's number 26 came off. Maxwell
Correction.
Washington.
Hastings, number 26.
Okay, Hastings number 26. That's the running back arm bruiser. They got Alvino Sanchez, the junior, for the hold there.
2nd down and 7 at the 4.
2nd down and 7 is that penalties only half the distance to the goal. Cynic on a play action. Will give it to his running back Merriman. Bobbles it, but collects it. But he doesn't get a whole lot. Wrestles it down out of bounds. Looks like he's a little bit short of the line of the original line of scrimmage. Might have lost one on the play. It'll be 3rd medium.
Well, it looks like Cynic had a while to throw in his own end zone, which is something you don't want to hold on to the ball to. But able to find his running back out of the backfield. But, I mean, Doane's defense was there and rallied well.
3rd and 7 at the 4.
It's a big 3rd down. If Doane can get a spot or a stop here, this would be very beneficial for them. Play clock at 5 seconds. Trips to the right. Cynic takes the snap. Flags fly before. It didn't look like everybody was quite set before the snap. That will be another half the distance to the goal penalty. Give Hastings College a little bit less breathing room.
Yep, they're going back in the wrong way.
False start. Offense, number 1. That penalty being enforced half the distance.
They say that Eli Nappy was never set on the play. The wide receiver. It probably wasn't just him. I didn't think that there were a couple people who weren't set as well, because Cynic took his time getting the offense to the line.
Yeah.
3rd and 9 from the own 2-yard line of the Broncos. Cynic on a play action. Over the middle. Diving grab. Catch made.
Pass is complete for Hastings.
The tight end, Jake Bargan. A huge 1st down conversion for the Broncos all the way up to the 29. A gain of 27.
At the 29.
Nice diving catch there by Bargan, the Centennial native. Kind of used more for blocking and offensive schemes, but what a diving catch over the middle. They might hit him more this game.
Yeah, mainly used as a blocking tight end this year. He did have some catches last year, but said that he would be mainly used as a traditional tight end. Open space, but overthrown. A good look to Quay Hill. But Cynic overshoots him. He could have ran for a while if he makes that catch.
Absolutely. Quay Hill, looks like he had a step on Reyes, number 20. If that ball was put on just a little bit closer, he'd probably still be running right now.
20-0 your score. We have still had no score here in this 3rd quarter. And 5:40 to go left in it. 2nd and 10. Broncos still in their own territory. Botch snap. And Cynic falls on it. Looks like that just got off of the center's legs. And fortunate enough that Hastings College is able to fall on it.
Loss of 5 on the play. 3rd and 15.
That is the center, Jaden Lagunas, right there. And he might have just snapped it off his own rear end, maybe?
Yeah, snapped it very low.
Snapped it off a body part of some sort. Jaden Lagunas, another one of the Hastings natives. Playing football in his home city. A big 3rd and 15 for the Broncos. Cynic being pressured, scrambling. Pump fakes, and he is knocked down. Tanner Simdorm, the senior, got the high hit on Jarrett Cynic, who thought that should have been a penalty for a hit to the helmet. As Simdorm falls down, makes him fall down, and he got just enough of him. Let's get a look.
Well, great pursuit, rolling him to his right. Looks like Simdorm almost missed him right there.
Trying to say that he might have gotten a piece of the face mask. He did look like he hit him up by the helmet. I don't know if there was ever a grab, though.
Right.
I like the no call there, and Hastings College will punt it away on the sack by Simdorm. Kick is away by Trayvon Shaw, the sophomore. Jakarian Jackson gets wrapped up immediately after the catch. Great special teams coverage by Hastings College. Zach Peterson, the senior, there to make the stop immediately, and no return on the punt. So now if you're Doane, I mean, this second half has just been all sorts of crazy. You get denied at the goal line twice. You get a big turnover on the fumble. Now you have the football back here. Time to just take a step back and hopefully let the offense flow naturally.
The thing is, you can get down the field and get in the red zone. You've done it twice now already. Might as well do it a 3rd time and finally get it in there.
In the shotgun is Hartman. Handoff up the middle to Green. Finds a nice gap. And a good gain of about 7 on first down.
Just kind of looked like that inside zone draw play. Just right up the gut with Ryan Green. Able to pick up a good amount of yards. And they're going to probably move quick the rest of this quarter.
Our third quarter sponsor is Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain and not just the symptoms. 4:04 left in it. Page goes in motion. Hand off to the near side. Green tries to hurdle the line, but he gets upended just a yard past the original line of scrimmage. And he will be short. It's third down and short. Seen Ryan Green being explosive in the past. Remember, game last year, I believe it was against Waldorf. He was running all over the defense. Just hasn't been able to break loose. I feel like he would like to yet this evening.
I feel like if you get Ryan Green in space, he has this twitch-like move. He's got quickness. I don't know if he's gotten that much space tonight.
Reminder, this young Doane offensive line playing in their first games as freshmen. Deep shot over the middle to Wado. Jump ball. He got it. Andrew Wado comes down with the football inside the 25. Huge pass for Doane.
You want to talk about a guy who's been making spectacular catches all night. Number 5, Andrew Wado, going up top over 2 defenders and grabbing it.
A 36-yard gain to move the chains. Snap back and a run on first down. Green trying to get the edge. He gets hit from behind. The initial pursuit by Wyatt Ryan, and then the big blow on the backside was by Brendan Nelson, the senior. And that's going to cause Ryan Green to be slow to get up here. And I don't blame him. That was a big shot from the blind side.
Yeah, Ryan Green got hit hard in the back there by Nelson.
And the head snaps back too. That is, can't feel good at any points at all. Green is able to get off the field and allow his offense to hopefully keep this momentum going. Less than 3 minutes to go in the third. Doane still with nothing on the scoreboard. Doane reeling off one of their bigger plays of the game just a couple plays ago. Checking in the backfield is Kanan Willis for Doane with Green outs. Play action to the end zone to Wado, overshot him. He had the routes, he had the cornerback beats. Just a little bit too much gas on the pass from Hartman.
Yep, just a little too far out of reach. Wado gets a step on the cornerback. Oh, he had it.
He did, yep. That very well could have been the first touchdown of the game for Doane. Instead, it's third and long. Hastings College scoring all 20 of their points in the second quarter. Trips to the far side as the running back Willis motions back in to the side. Hartman being pressured, steps back, dumps it off to Willis. Can't get away from the one defender, and he will be well short of the first down marker. So now what does Doane do here? Got to get something on the scoreboard, and looks like they're thinking about kicking one here, Chase.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the call. I feel like if you're on the 10-yard line instead of the 20-yard line, you go for it. But since you're not that far in, I feel like taking 3 points is something better than nothing.
This will be about a 36-yard field goal from the true freshman Ivar de Jong from the Netherlands. That got a piece of it. Somebody got it, and it bounces off the crossbar. I think somebody from the defensive line got a fingertip on it. It almost had a chance, but the kick is no good. Looked good off the leg. And let's take a look again. Yes, that got deflected. Making the deflection for Hastings College. Hudson Devlin, the true freshman out of Sandy Creek High School, a team that won last year. He gets a piece of it. Hastings College defense holds up again. It remains 20-0.
That is just unfortunate. Looked like it was good before it got tipped.
Because it bounced off the crossbar, but inside the left upright. So you think that's definitely would have been good. Hudson Devlin stands at 6'6", one of the taller guys on the team, and he needed every inch of that frame to block that kick. Now Hastings College gets it back. More dismay for Doane as they can't get anything on the board again. Play action from Sinek. Shot over the field. Dangerous throw, but a great catch made by Eli Nappy.
Caught by Nappy.
Looked like that could have been knocked down by a Doane defender, but Nappy grabs it at the 40, a gain of 21, but hold everything. There's a flag in the backfield.
It's Sinek over there just threading the needle between Doane and looks to be Chris Kemp.
Sinek was on the ground in the backfield, and wonder if Doane got to him late again. We'll check it out. They did. Roughing the passer, the second one on Doane this evening. Carson Lavallee, the senior defensive end, gets called for hitting Sinek late. Almost everything that can go wrong for Doane this half is kind of still going wrong here. Another look at it. Lavallee coming off, and maybe the location of the hits.
Yeah, you can't hit quarterbacks up high anymore.
So all the way up to the 45-yard line for the Broncos. Handoff straight up the middle. It's Dalton Armbruster. Gets about 5 before he is hit by the defense. And with less than a minute to go, looks like this might be the score as we enter the fourth.
And I feel like this is certain what Hastings wants to do now. After a couple of really crucial defensive stops for them, they just want to take this clock and bleed it out.
Absolutely. Run the football, as the saying goes. Probably time for the last play of this quarter here. Broncos will go with trips to the left. Sinek with Armbruster in the backfield, gives it off to the back. Splits some defenders and gets down near the first down marker. Looks like he is right at it. And that is good enough for a Bronco first down to move the chains here. 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. The Broncos will walk off the field. So will the Tigers. Defenses have been very, very good in the third quarter. We'll see if that trend continues. Hastings College looking for the season opening win on the road. They lead it by 3 scores. When we return, 15 minutes left of football due to plays like this. The big goal line stop helps keep Doane off the scoreboard. Back in a moment on NCN.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! You're bound to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
As we start the fourth quarter, Hastings College still with the football. Trying to keep this one in their favor. Got the ball at the Doane 35-yard line. Sinek and Armbruster in the backfield, the tight end to the right side. Give it off to Armbruster, and great blocking again. Gets him some pretty decent yardage on first down for a gain of about 4.
Absolutely. That's all they're looking for is gain of about 4 to 5 to 6 yards. Just keeping the chains moving, keeping going forward, and keep that clock rolling.
Now, if you're Doane, do you start selling out on the run and hopefully trying to stack the line and give your offense a chance again because time run's running out?
Absolutely. You definitely got to start doing some blitz schemes. You got to start sending 2 to 3 people at a time. Just try to get that ball back.
Snap back to Sinek. Armbruster again. Gets a few more, and if you get 3 or 4 yards in every rush right there, you're setting up yourself for success. Broncos still will have a third down and a chance for Doane to stop him here.
Third down for the Broncos, 3rd and 3.
Now here it might be a time where you can bet on the run with two wide receivers.
Yes, 3rd and short. And
somebody moved on the Doane side first, and then it caused Hastings College to move. But was it enough to cause the offsides? I saw one of the referees signals false start, I believe. There was a defensive lineman that budged a bit, but I don't think he came across the neutral zone. This is huge on whoever it's on. And they're going to go with offsides. Carter Fobel, the true freshman out of Elverson, Pennsylvania. Yep, you saw him step right there, and then they say that movement caused the offensive lineman to move. And I think you're taught as an offensive lineman, if you see a defensive guy jump too, because then you're going to get the call 10 times out of 10.
Yep, and it's just clear instinct.
First down for the Broncos on the penalty. First down carry for Armbruster. Doesn't get much on the far side of the field. Being a second and about 8.
And they're just living and dying by their outside zones. Just getting them space, keeping them to the outside, trying to get the edge. Just get as many yards as you can.
Hastings College, 1 quarter away from their first win in 3 years against Doane. The Tigers, they have won 5 out of the past 6 contests. That is trending in the wrong direction here in the 4th. 2nd and 8. Cynic, quick pass, and a big hit in open field. Nice grab by Cooper Butler, but making the catch or making the stop, Jakarian Jackson, who loses the lid on the play.
Great way to pursue and come up and make a big stick. Jakarian Jackson read that pretty well. Maybe lost of like 3 or 4 yards there. It's going to be 4th and about 12. If I'm Hastings here, I'd probably just take your wounds and kick the field goal.
So 3rd and 12, the down right now, and taking their time to figure out what exactly they're going to do. And yeah, I'd say just keep the clock rolling. Doane only has 2 timeouts left. 3rd and 12. Tigers got to have it here. They drop the linebackers after initially showing pressure. They only bring 3. Cynic, running back screen, and tripped up just past the 20-yard line. And making the stop on the play for Doane is Ricardo Briones, the freshman. But now it will be 4th down as they need about 5 to go. See what the Broncos decide to do here, and up by 3 scores. It looks like they're going to go for the kill shot here.
Yeah, which I'm kind of shocked about. I don't know why they're still out there in the red zone, but I mean, this is where, putting the nail in the coffin, so to speak.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Cynic back to pass, pressure, running back screen, open field tackle. Nothing doing there for Hastings College. Jarrett Boggs says, here you go, offense. Here's the football back.
That was a great job by that Doane defense. If they could have taken one thing away from this game, they fight and they battled hard all game long. They didn't allow a score so far in this second half. They've been doing a great job of rallying to the football, not letting the running game get started, creating turnovers off fumbles, and they're just doing a great job. I mean, you couldn't ask more for a defense.
Had to have it there, and they do. Now you got to piece 3 scores together in the span of 12 minutes while keeping Hastings College off the scoreboard. Trips to the far side for Hartman. Looking that way. We'll go over the middle to his running back Page. Sheds a tackle. Pushing forward and near the first down marker. In fact, he's right at it for a gain of 10. Love the aggressiveness there by Chandler Page. Caught a body there. The 6', 210" junior from Lincoln.
Absolutely. Hey, they score a touchdown here. It's a whole new ball game. They just got to move quick.
Put Waito in motion and throw it out to him in the flats. Gets away from one tackler and gets some positive yardage after he was almost brought down in the backfield by Josiah Aldridge.
Yeah, way to go. Good job by Waito by just making something out of nothing. It looked like it was going to be dead to rights. Maybe a loss of even 2 yards there. but he's able to keep going forward, keep churning.
Referee calls an official's timeout. Looks like the chains might be tangled on the far sideline. They've got the first down marker stick. They're working on something over there. Officials timeout for technical difficulties, the official call from the referee. Yeah, they've got a crew, as you can see there now, the chain gang figuring out, they got something tangled up over down there. 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. But believe it or not, looking at the stats, Doane overall has outgained Hastings in total yardage, 230 to 221, yet they have nothing on the scoreboard, and even the Doane defense has forced 3 turnovers. But no points off it. Hastings has had 2 big turnovers, a big pick-6 interception, and the other turnover as well led to a touchdown as well. That has been the story of the game so far. The second quarter, if you take away the final 2 minutes of the second quarter, we're still at a 6-0 game.
Right.
But instead, it is the 20-0 that blocked punts that led to a touchdown and the aforementioned pick-6 coming in to seal it right there. But when does this game become unmanageable? You're just not sure because, yeah, you say it's only 3 scores, 12 minutes, 4 minutes to score.
Yeah.
You got to get the football back.
Yep.
Well, first off, you have to score.
Yeah, score a touchdown here.
Got to get the football back and then keep the other team on the board as well.
Yep, you got to move fast-paced. You got to try to conserve as much clock as you can. You got to get another stop by this defense, and you got to go down and get more points on the board. It's doable. It's gonna take a lot.
Hastings College head coach Matt Franzen in his 5th season, welcoming a couple of new coaches this year. Dominique Harrison, a new secondary coach, and offensive coordinator and quarterback coach James Bauer. Bronco offense has done just enough, but defensive coordinator Kyle Suttles, he has called a great game tonight on defense. Now we're set to go after the technical malfunction. Hartman with 3 rushing, has all day to throw over the middle. Page gets it near the first down marker. Looks like he'll be a yard short. Yeah, with receivers going way down the field, couldn't find anybody open. They choose the safe routes. It'll be 3rd and short.
Just like the play a couple plays ago with Page catching him over the middle on this running back curl route, and they're moving fast now.
3 to the near side for receivers for Doane. Hartman tries a hard count snap, but nobody bites for it. Whatever the play call is here, pick your best play that you need 1 yard. Chandler Page, he will pick up that 1 yard and a couple more. 3-yard gain will move the sticks for Doane. It's their 10th first down of the game. Hastings College has 15. They've got to start going quickly now, even though there's 10 minutes left. Got to score thrice. Hartman with 4 receivers, goes to the far side, down the sideline, jump ball, caught! Perfect placement from the quarterback to John DeRiso. He's all the way down at the 14.
What a catch there by DeRiso. He's been quiet in the first half, only had 1 reception for 7 yards, and he gets a big one over the top on a go route, and that will kickstart that offense.
What a throw by Sam Hartman, a 40-yard gain on the play. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 19. Doane with the crossing route pass. It hits DeRiso again, and he is tripped up just before the goal line. Well, the urgency is working for Doane now. They are so close to the end zone once again. See if they can convert.
I absolutely love it. It's just John DeRiso on this slant route. He threw his hands up really to Hartman saying, hey, give me the ball.
Quick snap back. Flag is down. The run for Page goes nowhere. A loss of about 3 yards. But flags were down. Both the back judge and the sideline official on the Hastings College sideline threw flags. But they did not kill the play dead. Bronco players wondering what the call could be. So are we. Let's find out. Hastings College had illegal substitution. They had 12 men on the field. Well, there you go. Right at the end, they didn't get their last guy off in time. And a good wherewithal by the Doane offense to know that they can get a free 5 yards. Well, half the distance to goal, rather. First and goal at the 2. Page in the backfield for Hartman. They give it to Page. Steps a defender. Met at the goal line. Was he in? He was not. There is a barrier around the goal line for some reason for Doane. That is about the 5th time tonight they have been stopped right at the goal line.
There is a force field on that white line.
They're going to go up quickly to it. Hartman under center. Timeout called by Hastings College, though. Matt Franzen sprinting up the sideline to kill the momentum right there. And that's how close they were, folks. That ball might even be touching the goal line right there.
That's as close as you can get.
Timeout quick for Hastings College. Timeout quick for us. 2 timeouts each for each side left. Be back in a moment with Doane knocking on the door. Football season opener, which is brought to you in part by Medica. With the Medica healthcare plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. 2nd and inches from pretty much the half-yard line. Hartman waits to give it, stumbling towards the goal line once again, and it looks like he is just short once again. Jonathan Johnson, the head coach, wants the touchdown to be called. So does Sam Hartman. The referees are discussing this one here, whether he got in or not. And they give it to him for the touchdown. After the discussion, Doane finally on the scoreboard on the 1-yard rush. Well, it took him till the 4th quarter, but the big weight off the bat right there. They say Hartman just got in. Oh, he lost the football. It's on the ground, and an offensive lineman picked it up.
I think that's Andrew Waito. And who else?
Waito, yeah, he has it. It looked like Jaden Konekamp. He had it, but then he got it in. The touchdown is good. The extra point is good. And there is the touchdown that Doane needed. And get this, they only took 3.5 minutes off the clock. They need some momentum on defense, but they're on the scoreboard. The monkey is off the back of the 2025 Doane offense. 20-7 now the score. We'll be back with Hastings College football. You're watching NCN Sports.
He's there with me in the moment.
It is one of the best things I do every week.
Anyone can be a mentor. It comes back to you tenfold.
She got to meet me, I'm pretty cool.
I'm glad I have a mentor.
People actually care about me.
What you're going to receive is way more than you're going to give.
Once you get involved in teammates, you're kind of hooked.
It's the absolute best.
It gives me goosebumps right now talking about it.
That says it all. Be a mentor.
Join the team.
Be a mentor.
The Doane Tigers on the board in their home opener. Still 8:20 left to go in this 4th quarter. Ryan Valenta, Chase Wilkinson with you in the Doane University season opener. All Doane home games are televised right here on News Channel Nebraska. Leading by 13 now. Doane will kick it away to Hastings College, and getting the return, Quay Hill. They'll run to the far sideline. He's got blockers in front to the 25, and he is tumbling out of bounds just short of the 30. So a lot of ground to cover for Hill, but he gets Hastings College in decent starting position. Well, Chase, we mentioned it's been all just anguish and agony for Doane, just trying so hard to get that first touchdown. 2 fourth down goal line stops. They finally have it here. Hopefully this gives a spark into the defense, and they can make this a close game at the end.
Absolutely. like you said, it gives a spark for the defense, but also it gives a spark for this offense, knowing that they can finally get in the end zone. They just got to go out and get another opportunity to go score again.
Can Jarrett Sinek lead the Broncos to the win against Hastings College? A fumble! Doane jumps on it. Do they keep possession? The ball's still on the ground. And the Tigers have the football. Unbelievable. The prayers are answered for Doane. As a little, was that a shovel pass, and should that be an incomplete pass?
Lucas Christensen about fell on it. Yes, he did.
There, it looks like that is a clean fumble, and the junior from Malcolm falls on it. Doane has the football on the 4th Hastings College turnover of the game.
So to answer your question, yes, that definitely put a spark in the defense.
Yes. Hold on, Hastings College still has the football, so they ruled it an incomplete pass. Give the ball to Caden Merriman, so I don't even know if the Doane fans realize that Hastings College still have the ball. So my, oh my, this, what I had feared, because that would look like just a little dump shovel pass. So I believe what the ruling is it was a forward pass, and so that makes it an incomplete pass.
Wow.
I don't feel like the referees signaled that very well. So it totally fooled us.
Yes, it did.
Fooled everybody else. Here's the play. Yep, he just underhand tossed it, which is technically a forward pass. So Hastings College still with the football after the misdirection and the confusion there. We apologize for that. We're back on the same page now. 3rd and 6 for the Broncos at their own 33. 7:45 to go. Sinek back to pass. Has a lot of time to pass. He gets hit as he throws, and it's incomplete to the running back, Merriman. So that will put on a 4th down as the special teams unit comes on for Hastings College. Doane doesn't get it on the fumble or would-be fumble, but they'll likely get it on the punt here.
I'll tell you what, that is just relentless effort there by Schuler. He was kind of getting pushed to the outside, had all day to throw, but he just would not give up and eventually made that into an incomplete pass.
So the Broncos will punt it away. Trayvon Shaw from the snap of Kenan Dirks. They bring pressure, but he gets it off. No chance for a return, as Jakarian Harris will let it roll out of bounds all the way near the 20-yard line. So very good punt after the roll. That's about a 45-yard punt for the sophomore Trayvon Shaw. The Tigers do get it back. The defense forces the 3-and-outs just like they needed to. Now they've got a real shot here, but once again, no room for error. If you can't get something here, might as well kiss the comeback opportunity goodbye.
I definitely think you got to go back to John DeRiso. It was a big part of last drive. And also, still catching Wado. Wado has been just such a safety valve. He's been catching everything he's been thrown at.
DeRiso and Wado have been carrying the receiving game so far. They've got 10 of the 16 receptions tonight. They'll go with Chandler Page on the ground on 1st down. And he is knocked down barely at the line of scrimmage. Correction, Rian Green gets the carry for Doane. 2nd and 9. Maybe 10.
Trying to catch him off guard with the running game, going to the outside zone. That's just really good rallying and tackling there by the Broncos defense.
They'll go 3 receivers to the left, 1 right. Got forever for Hartman. Now scrambles. He can't find anybody. And he gets tackled out of bounds near the 25. Lots of options to choose for downfield, but he didn't like any of them.
Yeah, like you said, he had all day to throw, and he just couldn't find anyone open.
And they ends up gaining 3 yards. So it is 3rd and about 6. And a chance for Hastings College maybe to put the seal on this one with a couple of stops here. No doubt the Tigers would have to go for it on 4th down if they don't get it here.
I like this tight bunch formation that they're doing.
Couple of tight ends and receivers. Broncos rush 3. Hartman again is forever. They've got man in the middle of the field, and there he finds DeRiso. He is right at the sticks, and it looks like he's got enough. He does for 1st down. Needed 5, and he got about 8.
Good job by Hartman there. A little under duress, under pressure, quick. Able to scoot to his right, find DeRiso a little bit, and get that first down.
How about the job by the freshman offensive line mostly to give Hartman time? Low snap. Hartman over the middle, caught by Mark Anderson. He's got room to run, and he's in Hastings College territory. Down to the 45.
Moving with tempo, moving tempo. Found Mark Anderson for the first time tonight. That was a really good throw and catch there.
They targeted him once earlier, but the first connection made and a gain of 22. 1st and 10, the Tigers on the prowl. 2 receivers each side. Hartman looking, getting a lot of time. Flag is down. Hartman shoved out of bounds. Looks like one of the offensive linemen might have held on for too long. And holding the initial call, I think they're going to get the freshman Francisco Reyes for it, which was almost a pancake block, but I think like we saw earlier, it got outside the shoulders. It is indeed against Reyes. That'll push Doane back 10 yards and to kill a little bit of their momentum. Another look at it here. It'll be on the right side of your screen. Right there.
Just a little tug on the outside of that shoulder pad. That's what happened last time.
Yep, he's got him on the outside there. Good call by the referee. So 1st and 20 back in their own territory from the 45. Hartman looking to throw over the middle. Caught and popped immediately. Looks like DeRiso with the catch again. It is. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
I'm glad they're finally targeting DeRiso a little bit more. They're finding him over across the middle to the outside on go routes. I think you just got to keep feeding him and wait on the ball, and eventually other places will open up.
5th reception for 79 yards for DeRiso over the middle, and Rian Green gets his legs taken out from him. He's down to the 38 for a gain of about 6. It'll be 3rd and short.
Just like that, I don't mind that. That's just that little curl route, that option route by that running back. That looks like a pretty good lick. Gain of 8, though.
Yeah, pretty good hit indeed by Bryce Chaplin. Passing again is Hartman, having to scramble, and he gets tripped up in the backfield. Making the stop, Jake Lambert, the senior. And that'll bring up 4th down. Hartman couldn't find anyone downfield.
Yeah, and that's just one play you can't afford to have right now. No negative plays, no tackle for losses, no sacks. Now it's going to be 4th and about...
Like 4th and 6 will be the official marker. And this is do or die for Doane. Down 2 scores, 4:20 left to go. They need 6 to keep this game alive. 4 wideouts for Hartman. He gets hit as he throws, and the pass is dropped by Chandler Page. And guess who again? Chaplin. We just called his name. Flags fly in late, though, however. Flags flow in right in front of the Doane bench, right where you're looking on your screen.
Some extra
Chase, unless you got a good look of it, yeah, I didn't see much what it could be called. The jerseys were pretty well separated.
Looks like it might have been at the end of this play.
Page had it right there and dropped it. And they're going to get perhaps a taunting. It was... Wyatt Ryan called for unsportsmanlike conduct against the Doane bench. However, the play stands, and it is a turnover on downs. And leading by 13 points, Hastings College will take over at their own 41-yard line. Even if Page does make that reception there, it looked like he might have been hit before the line, so we'll never know, but not sure he would have gotten the first down anyway if he does make the catch. Now the Broncos just need to bleed out some clock here, even just a minute or so. You'll take pretty much everything but a 3-and-out here. Reminder, both teams still with 2 timeouts. Jarrett Sinek, the quarterback, airing it off to Caden Merriman. Sprints up to the far side of the field, still running the pile, and gets a couple of extra yards after contact up to the 33 for a gain of 7.
They love just handing the ball off on the outside zones to McMillan just because he has those wheels, able to try to get around the corner and cut up field.
It looks like Doane. Nope, there's an injured player down on the field. Chase, I think that's 3, buddy.
Hopefully it's not a cramp.
It only counts as if it's a cramp here, right?
It only counts.
So Merriman, the ball carrier there, and
it's a good hit, though.
Took a big hit there. Looks like might be Chris Kemp, the injured player on the field there. He was at the bottom of the pile right there, and that is who is being attended to right here. And
looks like he might have been grabbing his left or right shoulder, maybe.
Yeah, you can see one of his teammates right there, Aaron Reyes, calling over for the trainer. So unfortunately, it appears to be a little bit more than a cramp here. We'll take an injury timeout on NCN when we return. Or right as we're about to go to break, they get up always. So coming off the field, Chris Kemp, the true freshman out of Brunswick, Georgia. We've called his name a couple times tonight. Kemp has been responsible for the second most tackles on the Knights. He's got 8 total and 3 solo. But again, the defense for Hastings has been the bigger subject of it here. 8 tackles for loss compared to 5 tackles for loss. After this final 3:53, stick around for our post-game, which is brought to you by Custom Sports in Norfolk. So the freshman is off. So the clock will continue rolling once they deem that it's ready. Reset the play clock as well. 2nd and 3 from the 33. Doane not having to use their timeouts yet. They might need to start thinking about it soon. Far receiver goes in motion. Instead, the handoff to Merriman. And he's got the first down, just gets enough to move the chains. The running game for Hastings tonight hasn't been as great as Doane's has been. Excuse me, correction. It's been a lot better than Doane's has been. They've gotten over half the amount of rushing yards. Hastings College now up to 150 on rushing. Armbruster at 91 and Merriman at 69 rushing yards.
Yeah, Merriman's just doing a great job of running. He's averaging almost about 6 yards a pop, which you will take that all day long and twice on Sunday for a running game.
Tight end and a receiver to the left for the Broncos. High snap, feed it to Merriman. Stumbles his way past the line and finally knocked down near the first down sticks. Andrew Brown saved any further damage for Hastings College, but a gain of 9 to bring up 2nd and short.
Yeah, and that's about perfect for their game plan right now for Hastings. Clock's coming down to about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and that gain of 9 puts them in a really good spot.
Clock continuing to roll. The Broncos should they've got 15 seconds left on the play clock. Just keep letting those valuable seconds tick off the clock. They don't have to snap it until 2:15 on the game clock. Seneca is taking his time with the offense. In this game, that is almost all but over. And he gets handoff straight up the middle. Looks like Merriman is short of the first down. And finally, it looks like Coach Johnson will take a timeout for Doane. If they get a stop here, you have a shot. But you got to have this 3rd down stop here. We'll have that for you on NCN when we return after this timeout. The Broncos, 2 minutes away from a season-opening win on the road.
It's Schaefer's Labor Day Savings Event. Take advantage of store-wide savings, interest-free financing, and special Labor Day cashback rebates. Don't turn up the TV, turn down the dishwasher with a new Quiet KitchenAid. Super cleaning performance and features make KitchenAid stand out. And at Schaefer's, save $400 on this 3-rack stainless dishwasher and get free local installation. Hurry in for the Labor Day Savings Event going on now at Schaefer's, 48th and R. Lincoln.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Big 3rd down for this Doane defense, trying to stop Hastings College and perhaps get the ball back. They're loading the line and bring pressure, but Merriman sneaks by him and gets plenty for a first down. He's down near the 45 to move the sticks and to seal the deal on this one. A 10-yard gain on first down. And Doane looks like it's going to take its final timeouts of the ball game. A valiant effort. Looks like Doane is just going to come up a little bit short here on opening night. And Hastings College appears to have put this one on ice. We saw that kind of final fumble play. Well, that could have been a fumble. I mean, how big could that have been? If that was ruled a fumble, Doane gets it back with 8 minutes left and a chance to score. But it's not exactly quite the mark right there. But with 2 minutes left, you got to have something bizarre happen like a fumble. Because, you know, the Broncos aren't going to go to the air at all unless absolutely necessary, which is pretty unnecessary at this point here. Again, stick around after our final 2 minutes. It's our post-game show brought to you by Custom Sports. We'll have our post-game interview with head coach Jonathan Johnson and get you our top plays as well. First and 10 with 2 to go in the fourth. Snap back, Merriman the carry. Shifts around the defense. There he goes. Drugged down by the last man. A burst of speed. Caden Merriman, the third string running back. The junior transfer is lighting this one up.
I mean, and who else to do it? I mean, he's just had such a great day on the ground for running. I mean, he just cuts it up, and no one's home, and he just gains about, 25 yards to seal the game.
22 yards on the carry, and yeah, nobody home on the backside for Doane's defense to eliminate the big gain. A minute 30 left to go. Hastings College might not be done on the scoreboard. Armbruster gets the carry this time. He's near the 10, and another gigantic run for the Broncos. One of the Doane defensive linemen is slow to get up after the play back at the 20-yard line. Down on the field, that's Caden Miller, the junior D lineman. So Hastings College is going to get the win in this one on the road. Question is, maybe if they're going to tack on some more points here. Just a complete flip from last year's game when Doane dominated the contest by a score of 40-3. That was a game in here. Doane they scored on their first drive of the game last year at Hastings College and never trailed after that. They scored the final 33 points of the game. The Broncos showing off their newfound team here, some new offensive pieces. Even some new defensive pieces as well. The defense has been money tonight. They'll help off the defensive lineman Miller off the field. And from the 11-yard line. See if the Broncos are... right now they can just kneel this thing out too. Doane with no time or one timeout left. It's week 1, so it looks like the Broncos are going to get some guys. Nope, they are going to go into victory formation. A well put together team by the visitors. And they are just waiting to snap the ball since their clock is running and still 20 seconds left on the play clock. A great rivalry in the state of Nebraska goes in favor of the team from central Nebraska this time. 5 seconds left. Cynic will take a knee. And they will have to run just one more play, which they can just get up to the line and take a knee whenever they want. The defensive performance by both squads, nonetheless. Doane forcing 4 turnovers, but it wasn't enough. As the Hastings College offense does all of their scoring in the second quarter to come out on top of this one. Whenever they're ready to kneel it, is when this one will be over. Kneel down by Cynic. And Hastings College wins on the road in their season opener to defeat the Doane Tigers by a score of 20-7. Excellent played game on both sides in different factors of the football. But this
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
NCN Sports is brought to you by City Bank and Trust in Crete, member FDIC, and by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame, and advanced trailering tech. It's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, you know, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! You're bound to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive! And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
When you're proud of the community you live in, taking care of the people in it isn't a job, it's an honor. At John Henry's, we take pride in being relied upon by the great people of Lincoln and the surrounding areas. A hard day's work means a happy customer, and making happy customers has been our goal all along. A team of expert plumbers, drain specialists, and HVAC professionals, dedicated to finding solutions for our customers. Because for us, a successful day ends with a handshake and a smile. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Whether you're rolling up in a semi, pulling a horse trailer, heading to the lake with your boat, or just cruising in a car or motorcycle, Speedy Mart is your stop. Fuel up fast, grab your favorite snacks, stretch out with plenty of parking, and step inside for a roomy store and friendly faces. And hey, teams love it before and after the game. Speedy Mart convenience stores, fueled for every road.
It's our post-game show presented to you by Custom Sports in Norfolk. Ryan Valenta with Doane head coach Jonathan Johnson. Classic rivalry games, saw a little bit of everything. Turnovers, fourth down conversions, non-conversions, and when it all came and said and done, guys fell just a little bit short here. What was the difference tonight?
I think the biggest difference was our first half. You can't turn the football over twice and then have a block punt and expect to win that football game. You lose 93% that you have a block punt. So we got to get those things corrected. We can't dig ourselves in a hole. I liked our response in the second half to adversity. We got to finish in the red zone. If we finish in the red zone, we got an opportunity to win the game. Proud of our defense and their effort offensively. We got to finish in the red zone. As a team, we can't turn the football over, and we can't have special teams miscues.
Yeah, besides that second quarter where Hastings College scored twice in the span of 2 minutes and right in the opening quarter, didn't allow anything besides that. Your defense forced 3 turnovers. You outgained them on total yards as well. Those seem to be some positives for you tonight.
Yeah, a lot of positives, but at the end of the day, we're about winning, and we didn't complete the mission tonight, and we didn't own our opportunities and finish like we needed to. So we're going to get that corrected on Monday, and we're going to make a big jump and get ready for Concordia.
How was your energy with the team coming into today? I mean, it's a rivalry game, too. I know energy's probably high. Did you like the energy that the team came out with tonight?
Yeah, I did. I liked the energy. I didn't like the execution. And I think that was our biggest thing is they were more disciplined than us in the first half. We got it fixed at halftime, but it's too late when you dig yourself in that kind of hole.
And Sam Hartman, too, he was just a freshman last year. He looked miles more comfortable today. He'd had a couple of miscues, some that weren't his fault, too. Talk about his day passing for 264.
Yeah, I think he had some good things and some bad things. In the first half, we made some mistakes that we've got to get corrected, but we'll get that addressed on film on Monday.
All right, and big takeaways from today's game. What most did you learn about this team in your season opener?
I think I've learned that our team is together and resilient, and I think they'll find a way to fight, and we're going to keep fighting throughout the year. We're playing a lot of young kids on both sides of the ball, and we just got to keep building our culture and tradition here, and we'll be where we need to be.
He's head coach Jonathan Johnson, as Doane will travel to Concordia next week, and we'll see them a couple of weeks. Be back with our top plays and highlights on News Channel Nebraska.
Thank you.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
The postgame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCode.com. NCN Sports is brought to you by City Bank and Trust in Crete, member FDIC, and by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't just see anyone, see the trainer. From bracing to home health and rehab products, they provide the right solutions to keep you moving. Whether it's a chronic condition or sudden injury, their expert team will help you find the perfect fit. With a wide range of in-stock orthopedic, sports medicine, or rehabilitation products, See the Trainer is dedicated to improving your quality of life. Visit the professionals at See the Trainer in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you've got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
It's our post-game show on News Channel Nebraska. The final score in this one, Hastings College gets the win on the road in Crete by a score of 20-7. All points coming in the second and fourth quarters, all of them for Hastings in the second, and the lone touchdown for Doane in the fourth quarter. But we've got to still finish up our top plays of the game. We will start with lots of defense. I can assure you that much on a beautiful season opener, which was a little bit dreary at first, but the rain held off. A little bit damp conditions. Hastings and Doane taking on each other for the 124th time since the year all the way back to 1891. Believe it or not, Nebraska's longest-standing college football rivalry. For the first half, Doane gets on the turnover board, their first of three pickoffs in the game. Interception goes to the sophomore Andrew Brown, who takes it all the way back to near midfield and gives the Tigers a lot of momentum in the first, but they would not be able to put the ball in the end zone. Still in the second quarter scoreless. Nice run by the transfer Dalton Armbruster. Coming out of the College of Sequoias, gets a big block, almost gets all the way. Had a little bit of a hamstring tweak there, for so we thought. Had to miss a couple plays, but otherwise he was okay, and he had a big night as well. Broncos looking to get on the scoreboard first. They go to Caden Merriman, the junior transfer. He gets in for the score to make it 6-0. Hastings College had to start off the football game in the second quarter, which was right away. Then with Doane, after a big stop on fourth down, they get the football near their own goal line. Tip drill, intercepted. The Broncos get the pick six. Bryce Chaplin, the sophomore from Broken Bow, takes it in for 6. And this happened right before halftime with Doane just trying to tie this game up. Instead, that made it a 13-0 score. But they weren't done. With Doane going 3 and out, Broncos show pressure, and they block the kick. Another hometown kid doing the work there. Dawson Kissinger gets the block. And Sam almost took it all the way back for 6 points there. But never fear, with 14 seconds left, little play action pass to the end zone and caught for Hastings College, one of the newer guys as well. Jude Smith, the tight end, gets in on the scoring fun. And the Broncos take a 20-0 lead in the halftime break. As we go to the third quarter, not a whole lot happening for either side. Doane having the goal line stand a couple of times, and here was the fumble that got them into one of them. They stripped the football away. Zudevern and Brown combined to strip the ball away. It was originally ruled down on the field. They reviewed it, and they said it was a fumble. But Hastings College, not their first one, but here is the first. 4th down and goal. They stopped Doane 3 straight plays from the 1-yard line. They don't get in. We asked him, Coach Johnson, about it post-game, and said, yeah, it kind of seemed like there was a force field on the goal line. Doane trying for the field goal, about a 36-yarder, but it's blocked. Hudson Devlin, the true freshman out of Sandy Creek High School, gets just enough of a fingertip on it as it goes off the crossbar, no good. Doane with 8.5 left. Little fake jet sweep handoff. Sam Hartman, this was the controversial play. You see him lose the football right there. It's bobbled around. An offensive lineman falls on it. And then Andrew Wadeau ends up picking up the football. And they give the touchdown to Doane after the discussion. It was originally ruled down, but Wadeau was in the end zone with 8.5. So you figured, all right, Doane's got a little bit of life here. They just need to get a couple of stops and scores, but Hastings College almost ran into disaster here. Ball's on the ground. Doane comes up with it, but all for naught. Doane comes up, and they rule it an incomplete pass because it was just a small shovel toss forward. So Hastings College fortunate enough to keep the football there when it looked like Doane was going to have the momentum. Tigers still eating up the clock. Huge day for Caden Merriman. He breaks away. He had a great day in his first. He ends up leading the Broncos with 16 carries for 109 yards and a score. Hastings College only needs the 22nd quarter points. Doane's late comeback falls just a bit short as Hastings College wins the longest rivalry in Nebraska for the 55th time in school history. Those are our top plays on our post-game show brought to you by Custom Sports in Norfolk. Ryan Valenta, Chase Wilkinson, our final thoughts. Lots of good things to take away, but I think this kind of looked like a week 1 football game. Obviously, plenty of stuff to improve upon, not just for Doane, but for Hastings College. The Broncos ran the ball very well. The Tigers, they passed the ball very well and forced a lot of turnovers. Still plenty of stuff to work on tonight. I can imagine that Monday practice will be pretty intensive for both sides.
I definitely think for both sides, too. You said it. It's week 1. You got some jitters on both sides. Listen, Hastings didn't have a clean football game either. You know, they had 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and an interception. They want to get that cleaned up, too. And, you know, Doane had their share of mistakes with the blocked punt, the 2 interceptions, the 1 pick six. There's a lot of negatives you could look at, but also there's a lot of things you could look at that are very positive, especially in the second half of, like, how Coach Johnson said, how these guys did not give up. They kept fighting. I mean, that defense played lights out. You held them under 300 yards. Yeah, the rushing game was kind of a problem for a while, but they figured it out, and they got some turnovers. So there's a lot of positives, but I just feel like if they correct those mistakes, they'd be a hard team to beat.
And Doane, a little bit of a trouble in the penalty category, too. They commit 9 penalties for 77 yards. Hastings only had 5 for 32. But a big one, and probably the biggest key of the game, those 2 4th-down goal line stops for Hastings College. They hold Doane to 0 for 5 in 4th-down conversions. And believe it or not, Doane held the football for more time than Hastings did, largely in part due to the quick 2 defensive touchdowns or a block punt that led into a touchdown, plus the pick 6. Doane led a lot of offensive categories, like we said, but Hastings College comes on the winning end of this one. Really great performance by their defense and offense, doing it just enough. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Doane is next in action next week at Concordia. Our next Doane football broadcast right here on News Channel Nebraska will be in 2 Saturdays from now, September the 13th, as the Tigers will take on the Defenders of Dort. That's going to be a 2 tough set game. Even after the bye week on the 20th, they have to deal with Midland. So it is not going to be an easy slate for Doane football, but we are excited to once again have all of their home games right here on NCN this fall. That was also a look of what else you can expect to see on NCN in the coming weeks. State Fair on Monday, and then lots of high school football games coming up shortly as well in the next coming weeks. Visit our NCN website, Facebook, and X page to find our latest broadcast schedule. From Al Papik Field in Crete, on behalf of Chase Wilkinson, myself, Ryan Valenta, thank you to Danny, Connor, and Paul up in the truck for a great broadcast as well. We say so long from Crete. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Have a good one.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Studios are sponsored by Faith Regional Health Services.
Hello, how are we doing? My name is Tyler Murphy, and you're watching News Channel Nebraska. Today is Saturday, August 30th. Now let's take a look at our top headlines. First, a market off of Highway 275 is bringing crafters from all over the state to one spot. And coming up, our very own Eric McKay sits down with the University of Kearney Chancellor and reflects on his first 2 months. Now we have all that news and more, but first, here's your AccuWeather forecast.
Today in Norfolk, expect showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the afternoon and evening, with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Winds from the southeast at around 10 miles per hour. Rain chances peak overnight, reaching up to 1% by early morning. Looking at Kearney, expect showers and thunderstorms likely this afternoon with temperatures around 71 degrees. Chance of rain decreases into the evening, leading to patchy fog overnight. Winds remain light at 5 mph or more from the southeast, shifting eastward. Moving west to Scotts Bluff, expect a chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon with temperatures around 77 to 78 degrees. Winds from the northwest at 15 miles per hour. Conditions will clear by evening, cooling to the low 60s overnight. In the capital city today, expect showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the afternoon and evening, with temperatures ranging from 75 to 66 degrees. Precipitation chances peak at 83% overnight.
We'll have your full forecast coming up later this hour, but first, here are our top headlines today. On this day 2 years ago, Nebraska made sports history with Volleyball Day in Nebraska. A record-breaking 92,003 fans packed Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, setting a new world attendance record for a women's sporting event. In between sets 2 and 3, fans were made aware of history. Volleyball Day in Nebraska had officially became the most attended women's sporting event in the world, beating the previous record set during a women's soccer match in Spain between FC Barcelona and VfL Wolfsburg in the UEFA Champions League soccer final. The stadium was transformed from a football field to a volleyball court for the special event. It was a landmark moment for Nebraska and for women's sports around the world. 3 people were hurt in a stabbing incident in a North Omaha park early Saturday morning. Police on the scene told our partners at First Alert 6 that the incident happened at the Levi Carter Park Pavilion just around 12:30 Saturday morning. Police say they first got a call about someone being stabbed in the neck, but once on the scene, they did not find the initial victim. Instead, they found 2 girls with serious injuries who were then taken to the hospital. After an investigation, police say a third victim, a 20-year-old woman, was taken to the hospital with a stab wound to the neck. The third victim went to the hospital by private vehicle. The same victim then went to another hospital with serious injuries. Right now, police say they are still looking for a suspect. 2 people were hospitalized after a crash in northeast Lincoln on Friday. Lincoln police were called to a crash near North 84th and Adams Street at 10:29 p.m. According to LPD, 2 motorcyclists, an 18-year-old male teenager and a 19-year-old man, were driving when the 19-year-old rider got distracted and crashed into the other rider. Both teens were taken to a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. The 19-year-old was cited for driving without a motorcycle license. More news next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
This is my dealership. This is my dealership.
This is my dealership.
Make Cornhusker Auto Center of Norfolk your dealership.
And discover why we are home of the better value.
When the dirt work needs done, the trees need cleared, and the acres need drained, there's one name that comes to mind: Detlefson Construction. With modern equipment, proven technology, and a crew that's been doing this work most of their lives, they don't mess around. It's not a hobby. It's getting down to business and getting it done. Call 402-256-3629 in Laurel. Detlefson Construction is the real deal.
Hungry? Stop in at the Country Cafe on Highway 281 in